Yeah. What's up? It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Mini Today USA Boxing. We are back. We back with another one. We back with another one, y'all. Hold on. Let me move this camera a little bit to the. Hold on, guys. Move this camera a little bit to the right. Yeah, we back with another one. One more again. Tell a friend, tell another friend. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, let everybody know that we are in the house. You know what I mean? Sunday is fight day. Well, it's tomorrow and Sunday is fight day. So, you know, you got Liam Smith boxing tomorrow over there in the UK. You have quite a few fighters are fighting. I think a few fighters are fighting tomorrow. And then, of course, you know, we have the Andy Ruiz and Ortiz match coming up. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, today is prediction day. So as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop the poll in. Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz. Who wins? Who wins? Right? So we got that question mark. As a matter of fact, put it here. There we go. We're going to put it right there, right? Question mark. I want to know who you guys picking to win this fight. Who you guys picking to win this fight? Let's do it like that there. And we're going to have Andy Ruiz by KO. KO or TKO? KO or TKO? Right? We're going to do a poll on this. And then we're going to have Andy Ruiz by decision. Andy Ruiz by decision. And then we got to add a couple of more options. One option there and then one option there. Luis Ortiz. I'm not going to put a draw. I don't have anyways. King Kong. King Kong Ortiz. By KO. TKO. And then we're going to have King Kong Ortiz by decision. King Kong Ortiz by decision. And I want you guys to take into consideration, this is a WBC title eliminator match. You know, so take that into consideration as well. This is a very, very important fight for both fighters. This is a very, very important fight for both fighters. You see what I'm saying? So take that into consideration as well. Let's give everybody then they send out the notifications right now. Rocky Valley, you say Ortiz by stoppage. Kevin Lyles said King Kong by KO. Okay, King Kong by KO. Knockdown 305. Say what the lick read. What's happening, fam? Let's see. Hyman Rivera, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Passion for Beauty say IBLP called Ortiz an ancient museum exhibit. Not a pay-per-view fight. True. Hey, shout out to IBLP, man. That dude hilarious, bro. I swear, bro. IBLP is probably one of the funniest, most talented dudes on YouTube. He's funny. He's very, very funny. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into the show. Now, we have some guests coming on the show today as well. So let me go ahead and get into this. Now, is Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz a pay-per-view fight? As you guys didn't know, Pitbull Cruz is fighting Sunday on that undercard, and he's fighting someone by the name of Ramirez. I forgot his first name, right? RIP to the living, RIP to the legend, Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers, one of the greatest heavyweight contenders from back in the day, has passed away yesterday. I think he passed away yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. That's been the reports. And you know, we're gonna do a special segment for I have a guest coming on for that. In the second half of the show, we're gonna do a special segment for Ernie Shavers as well. You know, just let these jitterbugs and whippersnappers know about the heavyweight division and what it's like. How do you come away with an overall consensus on who was the best heavyweight or the best fighter? You see what I'm saying? I'm getting them some examples. Now, Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz is expected to be a WBC eliminator match, guys, to see who will face the winner out of Wilder and Helenius. I already told you guys I got Wilder knocking Helenius out of like 4 rounds. You know, Helenius, he's not a good fighter. He's all right. He mediocre, but you know what I mean? So It is what it is. The thing that disturbs me, guys, is Andy Ruiz. Gotta let you guys know this. He is reportedly weighing in at a whopping 271 pounds for this match. This is big fat Andy Ruiz, right? But big fat Andy Ruiz they say he can fight. They say he can fight, and big fat Andy Ruiz can fight. So he's coming in at 270 something. I think they're doing the weigh in today if they have not already done it, right? But that might be a good thing. King Kong Ortiz is at least 50 years old. He's 50 years old in Cuban years, because in Cuban years, and then when they get over here to America, in Cuban years, and then when they get over here to America, the age changes with the Cuban fighter. So I'm gonna just say that right now. Luis Ortiz, the question I have is this, guys. If Luis Ortiz, I want to see how this fight unfolds. We'll see if Ortiz can pretty much, keep his distance and range by working behind his jab. The question I have with Luis Ortiz is, his punch resistance didn't look good in the last fight with Charles Martin. He got knocked down a couple of times with a jab, right? So if Andy Ruiz can take advantage of Ortiz's slow footwork and lack of punch resistance, I can see a stoppage. I can see Andy Ruiz stopping Ortiz pretty much late in the fight, maybe like the 8th or 9th round. I got anywhere between the 9th and 10th round, right? That's what I have. But if Ortiz can work behind the jab, be patient, and control the tempo of the fight, that's going to be key. If he can slow the fight down and control the tempo of the fight, he might can get a win on the split decision. With that being said, I'm picking Andy Ruiz for the stoppage in the 9th. That's my final prediction, guys. In other news, Liam Smith is back again, and he's fighting a guy by the name of Hassan. I can't pronounce his last name. He's from Tanzania, I think. Tanzania, in a 12-round fight at Echo Arena in Liverpool. This fight is in Liverpool. Now, this will be the 4th fight Liam Smith has had in 16 months. He's been very active. And the last time we saw Smith was against Jesse Vargas back in April at Madison Square Garden. Hassan is from Tanzania, and they're saying he's pretty tough, but I doubt it. Hassan is 22-2 with 14 KOs, and he currently resides right here in Miami, Florida, right? Well, I'm in Tampa. I don't live in Miami anymore, but he lives right here in Florida, right? Now, in other news, the legendary Ernie Shavers has passed away yesterday at the tender young age of 78 years old. Shavers was known as one of the hardest punchers in the history of boxing, especially in the heavyweight division. Shavers was only 6 feet tall, but he hit like a mule. Muhammad Ali was famously quoted as saying, "Ernie Shavers hit me so hard that it shook my kinfolks back in Africa." George Foreman was quoted as saying on the David Letterman show that thank God he never fought Ernie Shavers, because George Foreman had a hell of a fight with Ron Lyles, and that was a woo. Oh my Lord. This man fought Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Randall Cobbs, Roy Williams, Henry Clark, Ron Lyles, Jimmy Young, and Jerry Quarry, just to name a few. He finished his career 74-14 with 68 knockouts. Now, the man literally fought everybody. He fought all of the top guys in the heavyweight division. He challenged himself against the best in the division. R.I.P. to the legend man, Ernie Shavers. Let's give him a round of applause. Shout out to Nando Llamas. Hey, put up in that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Nando said on Sneaky Tape, Pitbull Cruz exposed is supposed to be the A side equal to Ryan. So I've been told, but still waiting on the little homie to carry his own show. I mean, it'll happen. It'll happen for Pitbull. It'll happen for Pitbull. Just give us some time. It'll happen for Pitbull. He'll definitely be able to carry his own show, man. Right now, I think the PBC is building up his building them up right now. They're building them up right now. And I think they're going to get him ready to fight Tank later on in the year. That's what I believe, anyways. Or Tank may fight somebody at 140 pounds. But that's what I think. That's what I think.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
All right, guys, I got my guest. I just realized my guest is here. So I'm going to show up. I'm going to put him on right quick. Let me get this last super chat out of the way. Shout out to Will.
Hey,
dropping that $2. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over. boy.
Will, what to say? You say appreciate you talking about Ernie Shavers. Go, yes, sir, yes, sir. You have to talk about Ernie Shavers. There's no way in the hell. All this old school shit I be talking about. How can I, talk about the old school fighters and don't talk about Ernie Shavers, man? R.I.P. to the legend.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yes, sir, man. So right now, with no further delay, I got my special guest on air right now. My brother Fred Barbershop Conversations. Let's give him a round of applause. Give my brother a round of applause. Shout out to Fred, man.
I appreciate the round of applause, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I know you got that roadcast over there too.
Yeah, I got the roadcaster. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so listen, man. Fred, we've been talking about this for a little bit. I think we talked about this last time.
Right.
You got you on the show. I got some questions I want to ask you.
Please.
And I know you told me I can ask you anything. So I have some questions I want to ask you.
Ask me anything.
All right. So anyway, give everybody a little backstory about yourself.
Born in New York, raised in LA, came here when I was 8. Drugs rampant on my family. My mom was addicted to drugs, got clean in May of 85, been clean ever since. Fatherless, had a great grandfather. My grandfather bought a co-op in 47th and Lenox and Esplanade Gardens, and that was like the safe haven for my family. And the older I got, the more I identified with my grandfather and less about the negativity in America. And you got to get to a point where you can accept it. You know what I mean? And as a man, it's easy to dibble dabble on each side, right? I can be cool one minute and I can be very structured the next. And structure really, really played a huge part in my life, man. People don't notice I was a school teacher, award-winning educator, written 3 books. I've done, I don't know how many movies now, but award-winning, Emmy nominated. You know what I mean? Same family, same woman. Did it together. Dre is now a doctor, and I'm Mr. Everything. I'm like Mr. Mogul now. You know what I mean? And I did it with discipline. I did it with personal accountability, and now I'm unwavering on this. You understand? Now I'm very, very unwavering on personal accountability, because that's what got me here. I've never drank, never smoked, never been out of shape. I've been a father every day of my life. I've supported Dre her whole life, put her through med school, and now we're here at 2022, and life is really, really abundant now. And I really truly believe that with accountability and disciplines, I can be the norm, like for real. And that's where I stand.
Yeah, that what you're saying right now about accountability, that leads into my next question. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna definitely gonna get into that.
Yeah, sure.
When did you start doing interviews as it related in the sport of boxing?
I would say 2010, 2011, man. I started out at the LA Sentinel, which is a prominent Black newspaper here in Los Angeles in the Crenshaw district. It was the largest west of the Mississippi at the time, and also worked for Don King at the Call-in Post, because my editor, Ken Miller, was the editor for the Call-in Post as well as the LA Sentinel. So I was doing double duties with that. And it's just been a good ride, man. It's really, really been a good ride. But boxing is cyclical. It's been the same since I've been in the business, and you get to a point where you're gonna be part of the problem or part of the solution. Okay. And I think my level of independence anoints me as being part of the solution.
When did you get involved with the PBC? I know you're not with them. I know you're not involved with them anymore, but how did that relationship transpire?
Well, it's not necessarily the PBC. Sam Watson is really like a local hero here in LA, right? And if you get successful, you hang around successful people. So Ken Miller was a great friend of Sam Watson. So it wasn't necessarily my relationship with PBC. It was more my relationship with Sam Watson. I revere him. He's helped me immensely, and he and I have had many conversations, and Ken Miller, and I've always been independent, but I had a level of respect for that relationship. It wasn't Al Heyman. It was Sam Watson and his boys, and I admire that family, and And it got to a point where you're going to stand for truth, or you're just going to fall in the line and be someone that they can say, hey, Fred will do it. And I chose to stand on what I believe in.
All right, so that leads into my next question. Some would say that you're bitter, right? You know, you're bitter about losing your press credentials. Is that true? And if so, why?
No, not necessarily bitter. It's the reward for standing on for what you believe in, right? I like why do gangbangers complain about going to jail? That's the reward for being a nigga in the streets, right? And the reward for me was getting my credentials revoked. I started as a badge of honor. I never fought for them back. No matter where I went, I never fought for them back. Golden Boy was the first. I took it off my neck. It's on video, and I handed it to them. PBC called me, and I said, I never fought for my credentials back. Never, ever have you ever seen me crying or begging for my credentials back. Top Rank took my credentials, but I can call Bob Arum and get anything I ever want from Top Rank. You get what I'm saying? I've never have, and I never will, you know? So it's not necessarily bitter. People don't understand that I was really protecting my relationships. And then it got to a point where you point out systemic problems, right? You point out systemic problems and you realize, why are you going along with it? You know, the fact that Al Heyman canceled a press conference, Jojo Diaz versus Gary Russell, when I flew out there, instead of flying to Toronto, where I could have been on Bay Street having the best time of my life, I chose to go to DC that weekend. Not Mickey Bay, but Badu Jack was fighting Adonis Stevenson, where they fought to the draw. I could have went to Toronto, you know, but I chose to go to DC. And Al Heyman told Brittany to cancel the Q&A of the press conference. And in that moment, Brittany is head of TGB. And in that moment, I said, ding, 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 ding. I got it. He benefits off of the racism. Because I was going to question Oscar about the Black Hitler, calling Al Heyman a nigga. And I'm not sure if you wasn't around then, but
no, I wasn't around then.
Yeah, so the PR person from Golden Boy was in conversations with someone who had said that, and it was actually a court document, and it was released. And I was going to question Golden Boy on that, and Al Heyman canceled the Q&A, and I'm like, I got it.
So, have you ever met Al Heyman?
Yeah, I've met him.
Okay, so you're one of the few people that have you ever met him? What is? I'm surprised about that. You got a lot of people, Fred, that don't like you on the internet.
That's
a lot of people don't like you. Are you a coon?
If they want to call me that, you know, I appreciate them, man. Like, you got to understand something. When you choose to be the 1%, then the other 99% got to make a choice. And I'm very comfortable with being me. When I get on the other side of the door, no one comes behind me. It locks, you know. And I don't. If they choose to dislike me, I say thank you. If they choose not to, support me, that's cool. I'm not angry. That's why I don't do response videos, man. And that's why I go harder and harder and harder. I bend that metal. I can literally bend metal. You know, I'm one of the few people in the universe that can bend metal fearlessly. You know, people are afraid to bend metal. People are afraid to think unrealistically. You know what I mean? And my success and my fearlessness is due to the fact that I can think unconventionally and stand on what I believe in.
Do you hate black people?
I mean, I have black family. You know what I mean? Dre is Asian. I have 2 black kids. My family's black. I don't see why not. But I think when people ask those questions, they're questioning their blackness.
Right.
You can't question my blackness. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're asking themselves, what is it to be black? Black isn't twerking and dancing and hip hop. Twerking is being a man in your community. More importantly, be a man in your house, elevating your last name. That is what being a man is. And I had to grow into this. You got to be pro God before you can be pro anything else.
Go ahead.
You
Sorry about that. since you have taken the stance that you've taken,
Yes.
and the question I'm asking is, these are what the critics and
I
stuff
don't
are
care.
saying.
I don't
You
care.
get what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, but I know. But from the stance that you've taken, do you get death threats now? Like have people
Yeah,
like physically
I've
threatening you
always
with
wanted
harm, something
people
like
to
that?
fight me. I mean, I've always wanted people to fight me. I've gotten people so mad. Kenny Porter snuck me and hit me. You know what I mean? And so I'm not. Yeah, of course I get death threats. I got death threats from the Nation of Islam when I did 9 Wives. I get
Yeah.
people mad at me in boxing saying why I'm talking about this. And so it's I'm very comfortable, man. Like I'm very comfortable. Life is abundant, man. It really is, and I'm I'm a true witness to the definition of being disciplined.
Mhm.
I've never promoted drugs and alcohol on my show. You've never seen me put up a drink. You've never seen me smoke weed. You've never seen me. You
Hey,
get I know you smoke weed.
yeah, I smoke some weed.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is, I've never promoted the destruction of us. You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
I've grown into this person, so I've gotten more and more refined as I've gotten older. And but now it's to the point I'm raising Lincoln and Kennedy, and
Mhm.
and it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? It's amazing to be called a coon and you eat dinner with your family every night.
What did
Yes, go ahead. It's a beautiful
what
thing.
does I was watching an interview with you and Andre Ward. I want
Yeah,
to make sure I don't forget what he said.
yeah. Please.
Yeah, he said that he looked at it as though he said that you was an opportunist.
Right.
What my question is, are you an opportunist? And if so, I wonder what did he mean by that? The opportunist. So, how did
Well,
you take that when he said you was opportunist?
he said basically how I took it was I was taking advantage of a situation, right?
Mhm.
But I drove up there on my dime. I didn't have a credential that fight. Uh, I took a chance on a Sunday where I could have went to a Grammy party that night. My phone is littered with whoever I need to know to get into any party.
Mhm.
But instead of me going to the Grammy parties, I chose to drive up to Fresno, and one purpose only, and that was to interview Andre Ward. So it was something that I believed in, and I stood on it because I didn't waver, and I didn't mince my words. So I'm one of the few people that if no matter how you feel about me,
Mhm.
you can agree or disagree with my stance, and you have every right to do that with your life and how you express yourself. But what I believe in is what I'm gonna stand for. You know what I mean? And that's the love and hate that people have inside of boxing about me. You understand?
What does it mean to be pro-black to you? Because since I've been on,
Yeah.
since I started my channel, I don't know if I told you this, but I saw your show with
Uh-huh.
Drew Titan on there,
Uh-huh.
and I started my YouTube channel talking about boxing
Wow.
literally the next day,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
literally.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
But what does it
I'm glad I could be an
what does it
inspiration
mean to
to you.
be pro-black? Yeah, what does it mean to be
I
pro-black to you?
you know, uh good question. I've grown out of that, man. I don't know how society defines pro-black, but I just think just being a great man, when I was younger, see, when I did 9 Wives, the film, it taught me so much about integrity. Like you have no idea how much doing that film and researching Malcolm X every day, doing interviews and the pros and the cons of his life and
You interviewed with Ali Muhammad, right? Ali and no, not Ali, John Muhammad. Who did
I
talking about
interviewed John Ali. He was a secretary.
yeah, John Ali. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
interviewed
flew to Chicago.
John
I
Ali
flew,
Muhammad,
yeah,
and you interviewed Leon Muhammad.
yeah, Leon
Yeah, yeah,
Muhammad,
yeah.
Muhammad Ali's wife, and
Yeah,
tons of other people
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And that's when it started to click with me. I'll be honest with you, man, because you got to stand for something. I'm not by no means am I drawing a parallel to me and myself and Malcolm X, but what I'm saying is he stood for what he believed in. And when you look at the term pro-black, is I think it's bigger than just being pro-black. You want to build a community that can flourish. and me being worth millions of dollars, me having a strong family, me employing countless people. You guys saw the film. I hired 50 people for checks and balances. I hired 30 people for 9 wives. I have a full-time handyman, a part-time handyman, and the list goes on and on. I have a manager. Creating a community is bigger than just screaming out pro-black. And I know I'm doing that in real time. How many jobs have you created, if you want to define it, is pro-black? Living in the same household with the woman you created your children with is pro-black. Being God-fearing is pro-black. Turning your last name into a brand, turning your last name into something, being worth something. Being pro-black isn't twerking, smoking weed, getting high, going to strip clubs, and making that the norm. That is an outliers of experience. That happens one day out of the month. Who are you the other 29 days? And I think that's, if you want to define something as being pro-black, I mean, are you a family man? Are you a father? Do you stand on what you believe in? The reason why people hate me, because I don't waver. I'm grateful for the haters. I'm grateful that I'm called a coon, because I'm getting them to think about themselves in their quiet moments, man. If you got to put things in real perspective, not in real time. What happens to a man who drinks every day? What does he become? An alcoholic. What do you, a criminal? What does he become? A fucking prisoner, right? If you are a man with integrity and you have family and business, what does that man become? A family and a businessman. So A always have to connect to B. B always have to connect to C. And the internet has portrayed black culture as crip walking. How many women can you have sex with? How much alcohol can you drink? Drink champs, all the up in smoke, whatever the podcast is. That's promoted. So people think that that's pro-black, but stay in your household. Stay in your household, man. Be a man. 7 out of 10 of our black kids are without fathers. Be a man in your fucking household. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we really, really got to get down to. Boxing is really entertaining, and I enjoy it. I love it. But how many fighters do you see with their wives and their kids? How many promoters and managers? We got to get back to that. You understand? And I will proudly be a coon for opening my show every night with Lincoln, who plays the piano, Kennedy, who plays the drums and plays the piano. I will proudly be a coon every night of my life, because every night I kiss my kids on the forehead and say good night, and I wake them up every morning and say good morning. Okay, I'm a proud coon. Yeah, go ahead.
How critics would say that you are a phony.
Sure,
they say you faking your phony, and how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Is that true? Do you look at yourself as a fake or a phony? And if so, why do they feel this way? The people who don't like you.
Don't care. If I'm not in this race. My time is my time. If I'm running a 100-meter race and it says 10-1, 10-2, that's my time. If I am a phony to them, then I'll be it. But if you want to look at the statistics, when I started this YouTube platform, I was rich. When I grew, I became a multi-millionaire. Now I'm worth well into the 8 figures. And that's without Dre's $1 million a year. That's me, Fred. So, and it's no secret. You can see the growth in me from a financial perspective. And part 2, every move that I play, if I see a stock that's going well, coach, you know what I do? I post it on my stories. I say, this is what I'm investing $100,000 in Google. You guys shouldn't. This is what I'm investing in. And I show the receipts. At the start of COVID, I put 10 stocks up. I said, everybody needs to invest in Zoom. It was $40 a share. I made 6 figures on it. I told you to put your $40 up. So if I can be a sham to people, I'm not in the business of changing their mind. And for that, I say keep on calling me a sham, because like it gets back to my foundation. If my life is a sham, it's a great sham, because I've never borrowed money from nobody. You've never, my channel is not even monetized, and I show up 5 days a week for 2 hours. I purposely didn't monetize it. So what? So I can say and post what I want. I can play the music. I can say what I want. I'm not concerned about YouTube saying this video isn't monetized. I demonetized my main channel. You understand? And I'm comfortable doing it, you know, and I want to say what I want to say. And and I understand how people can call me a sham, because you guys are seeing my growth in real time, right? To some might say I'm pro-black and I'm this, I'm that, and I was flawed. You can say Fred at 36 is a flawed man compared to the man at 44, for sure, 100%. And I'm comfortable with that at my growth, because when I look back, I'm like, I could have did that better. I wasn't the man that I am now. You understand? So the answer to that question is, if you're grading me on the 36, 37, 38-year-old Fred, you're 100% correct, because I look back at that person and say, yeah, I was wrong. Sure. So it's totally up to the person.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're talking about growth and development. You don't view the world. You don't view the world at 36. You do at 44. It seems like that the problem that a lot of people have, it seems like that you've changed your position on things that you believed in the past.
Right.
If so, is there a reason why you changed your position, or did you just answer it already in the previous question?
I mean, it's mostly the Al Heyman. When you wake up at 7 years old and you catch your parent putting Christmas toys underneath the Christmas tree, you're like, oh shit, Santa Claus isn't real. Mm-hmm. Like, wow. When you go to Al Heyman and tell him Kelly Swanson says she doesn't care about black stories, you present it to him in front of Tim Smith. Tim Smith heard this whole conversation right before the Josecito Lopez, Keith Thurman weigh-in. Everybody saw it. Everybody didn't hear it, but everybody there they saw it. Tim Smith heard her say it. People don't care about black stories, Fred. And I make it known to Al Heyman that this is what's going on. And they say, Fred, you got to go. And I say, you know what? I get it. It just reaffirmed what I knew from the Gary Russell thing. Ever since the Gary Russell fight, I've been inching towards being independent, like an independent thinker, because at the end of the day, it's two-pronged. You know, people will give you cyber support, but not support in real life, you know, per se, you know, not the numbers, you know. So I realized that at the end of the day, when you look back, it's only going to be a select few. It's not going to be the thousands that's in here and watching this. So I've come to the conclusion that Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, Oscar Ford, they all the same. You know, and my naiveness of having a relationship with the Watsons and protecting what they love, you know, you get caught up in that, you know, and for that is my fault, you know. So I take full responsibility for that. But knowing the truth and you don't act on it, you know, silence is a sin. Martin Luther King says silence is a sin. So here I am.
What is the biggest misconception that people have of you, in your opinion?
I don't know. They have a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know. You would have to tell me. And misconceptions. I don't know. I'm pretty consistent on Instagram. I'm pretty consistent on YouTube. I'm there every night. So if I have misconceived, then people might think I hate black people. That people might think that I hate black people because I hold black people accountable. I don't necessarily, because if you say all white people, and this is what I had to learn. This is me growing. When you say all white people are bad, then white people have the right to say all black people are bad. You understand? And now you got to grow, right? You got to grow. And because now I know I've shaken, it's like 9-1, 10-1, 100-1. I don't know. It's some ridiculous number. I shake and hug far more brown and black hands than I will ever shake white people's hands. I have well into the 8 figures investments in urban communities that I go to every day. Every day. I drive every day. I employ them. So who am I going to hold accountable? The people that I'm most around, right? People say proximity. It's no black crime. Proximity. It's no black on black crime. Proximity. So who will I hold accountable? Proximity. So because I don't delve into what Fox News and CNN are talking about or motivated by them, people may think that I hate black people. Dre is Asian. I love her to death. 22, 23 years. I've never hit it. Been my best friend since college.
And you're talking about Dre? Dre is who's Dre?
Andrea.
Andrea, okay.
Yeah. I call her Dre. And you thought it was a dude.
No. But who is she?
Yeah, Dre. Who is she to me?
Yeah.
Oh, my wife, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, everybody knows Dre by now. So the point I'm making is, where was I again?
No, you were saying that I was asking you. Damn, I just forgot it. I just threw you off by asking who your wife is. You were saying you was talking about Dre.
Oh yeah. And so I genuinely believe that it's whoever I see. I'm paying more black people than anybody. I'm building with my business partners are black, and collectively we're well into the 9 figures in terms of land value, you know. And when you look around, I believe we're doing a phenomenal job. We're doing a phenomenal job, and I believe I'm like in this greatness space right now. Like I really have like blinders on. Like I really do. Like I'm really laser focused, you know, and I don't care about anybody's hashtags or titles. Every morning, I take my kids to school, and we all put our hands on it, and we say Team Hawthorne. The most important name is the Hawthorns, and I understand that. And it's my job to build it. When they're at school, it's my job to build it. You know what I mean? When Dre is at work, she heals more black people than everyone in this chat. You understand? Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you a great story. Dre is she's the head of pediatrics. And unbeknownst to me, Dre's classmates, I'm not gonna say names, but Dre's classmate's brother was on his deathbed, born on his deathbed. We go to school during COVID, first grade, come to find out, because we have to talk through the gate. So you connect through the kids and the parents, right? We're waving through the gate and stuff like that. Come to find out, Dre's team saved Lincoln's classmate's son's life. It's an amazing story. At graduation, we'll probably share the story and whatnot, but you want to protect people's identity. But it's just an amazing story how when you do good things happen. And that's why when you look at the 36-year version of Fred, the 44-year-old version, Fred is like, damn, he's a coon. He's a coward. He's changed. And you have every right to think that. And I don't want to change their opinion. I don't. They can stay with the 37-year-old Fred and believe it to the day they die. You know, I'm very comfortable with that. And because I'm not going to see 99% of the people online anyway. You know, I mean, this is really like the metaverse. This shit ain't real. You click your
opinion. It's not real.
You say your opinion, and that's it. I don't really think like, man, I got to respond to that person. I got to do this. I got to do that. You know, Charleston White said I robbed him for $200, and people believed it. I paid him times over to be a part of the film. People really believed it. So you get what I'm saying? So people can run with what they want. If I wanted to be famous, I would have argued with him. I didn't respond to him. I don't give a damn. You know, let people run what they want. People can believe what they want to believe about me.
Are you still LDBC?
I've never been a part of them, but I have brothers in the group. I've never been like a member, but I've had brothers in it that I love and support for sure.
Okay. What is before we wrap the interview up, is there anything else that you would like to say
No.
to anyone? You know, just anyone in particular, or just a
Mm.
parting message?
No. Thank you for having me on, dude. And like life is good, man. And whether you choose to believe me or not believe me, I mean, follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty consistent. You know what I mean? And I think we have a misconception of what success looks like. Success has to start from within your house. You understand? Women need to marry the men that they have kids with. Men need to stay in the house that they have kids with, and we got to start there. And I think people lose sight of that. Women having babies with men that they don't see forever with. You know what I mean? Men drinking, partying, and smoking, and that's culture. You understand? That's kind of where I'm at. I've kind of transitioned into this. You know, I'm not really in love with boxing. I really don't allocate a lot of money towards boxing. You know, at this stage in my life, I'm dedicating it to my art, and I just people just thank you for having me on your platform, dude. And Checks and Balances, the movie, you guys see the link at the bottom of the screen. It's a movie that I just did with my money. Everything I do is independent. I don't have no one poking me, giving me a check. I'm just a true example. If you have disciplines, you can bet on yourself. You can believe in yourself. I mean, people are defined by money. I am in the 1% of the 1% of American wealth. I mean, I stay in shape. I work out over 300 days a year. That's my foundation and my family. Kennedy just won Star of the Week yesterday, you know, and family, man. Family, man. And get back to loving the woman that you had the child with, and women do the same, man. You know
What is Lady Shan just posted on here? She
Yeah.
said, I will post the clip of Fred stating to me he LDBC. Okay.
I was on her show, and I said I remember that interview, and maybe if she misinterpreted what I said, but I've never been. But that's neither here nor there. If I said it, I misspoke. But like, I have brothers in the LDBC that I support, and if I'm,
Yeah,
I'll take,
shout out to Blue. Yeah, man, I talked to Blue on the phone, so
yeah. So I can misspeak sometimes, and if I did, I did. But that's neither here nor there. The big factor is what your family look like. Boxing is secondary. What your family look like, and that's what people have. That's one of the problems people may have with me because of my arrogance, because my plan worked. I graduated from college homeless for 2 years. I was a school teacher and homeless. I had to go to LA Fitness at 4:30 in the morning, take a shower and work out, and be to school by 7:15 to teach your kids. You understand what I'm saying? And I was teacher of the year. I had special ed. Listen to this. Special ed high school. We raised over $25,000 for the City of Hope in Duarte. Feel free to Google it. There's tons of articles out there. And we did 2 marathons. Can you believe that? My classroom, who was special education high school, me, Dre, and the students did the whole entire LA marathon, 26.2 miles, back-to-back years. And we raised over $25,000 for cancer. You know what I mean? And that's where we got to be. So check the Carfax. You know what I mean? If I'm not who I say I am, you know, I mean, read the stuff that's behind me. I was a champion. I was a 2-time college champion. I'm in my college Hall of Fame. I was already a champion before I came. Yeah, I'm a part of the greatest football team in my college history. So I've already been what people say, oh, you trying to do this? No, I chose not to be famous. Don't you know I had a 7-figure deal from Warner Brothers? 7-figure deal. 7-figure deal. I turned it down. I showed the video with me in the meeting. It's on my YouTube channel somewhere. Go find it. I turned down ESPN when they moved to Los Angeles. I could have been a producer for 710 ESPN. I bet on myself. I don't want to be the richest. I want to be the freest. I chose this lifestyle. I chose not to be liked. I chose to be hated, or I chose to be loved. It's on you. It's on you. And I have built a great community. And we're thriving, man. I volunteer at my kids' school. I work in the I mean, it's just amazing, man. You know what I mean? And you say I sound like Ford. I mean, shit, I'm a great father. You know what I mean? Me and Ford are not the same person. You know, I wake up with my kids every day, and that's my challenge to y'all. Do your kids wake up with their mother and father every day? That's the point. That's the point of all of this.
So I want to pivot. I want to pivot a little bit. And you tell me you want to answer this question or not.
Yeah.
What is your relationship either now or in the past with Reggie Owens?
I probably don't have a relationship with him now.
What was it in the past?
He came to one of the breakfasts. I had 20 people at a breakfast at Lola's, and he actually, the bill was like $300. He paid $100 of it, and I paid the $200, and other people paid the tips and all that. And that's the one time I met him in person, and that's it.
How do you feel about Crawford Spence situation? Do you think the fight is going to happen? Anything, or what do you think about that fight?
I got Spence winning that fight. I think Spence is the better all around fighter.
No, do you think the fight is going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. When? I don't know. People say it's going to be announced this week, but it can't be. If it's going to be on Showtime, how can you announce it on the Fox fight? You get what I'm saying? The story's not adding up. So I believe it will happen. Spence and Crawford really got nowhere to go. You know, they'll get destroyed publicly if they go in another direction. You know, so I think it's all about business now. You squeeze Terrence Crawford till you can't squeeze him no more. You know what I mean? He has a mandatory obligation coming up. Do you want to fulfill that mandatory obligation? And you get paid peanuts because no one's going to bid on it. You know what I mean? You're not going to get what you want if you fight Earl Spence. So it's just business now, you know, and he who breaks, the other person wins, you know. So
who was responsible for putting the money up for this fight? Do you know anything about that?
Well, I mean,
like who's like is it Al Heyman, or is Al Heyman, is the PBC put the money up for the fight, or is it the network on Showtime?
Yeah, ultimately it's Al Heyman, because Al Heyman can literally take this fight anywhere he wanted to, right? Mm-hmm. So since he has Earl Spence under an advisory contract, he doesn't have to go to Showtime, but Al is on the hook for this fight as it pertains to making it happen. Whether he negotiates with Fox, Showtime, or does a partnership deal, hypothetically, this not likely, but let's say you do a partnership with Eddie Hearn and put it on DAZN, you know what I mean? Or does a partnership deal with Bob Arum. He's responsible for getting it across the finish line for sure.
What do you, in the wrap up, what do you think about the back and forth with Devin Haney and Tank Davis online? Devin, Twitter fight. I guess they Twitter fight. What do you think about the back and forth stuff they've been saying?
Means nothing. They both have two bosses. You know, Tank got Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman, and Devin Haney has Bob Arum and Lou DiBella. You know, so it means nothing. These fighters have shown proof that they don't make the fights. Ultimately, they fall in line with who's paying them, and the networks pay these fighters. And if these fighters want to make a difference or a change, how about they do what they tell everybody else to do? Group economics. We got to support Black people. Well, y'all are the millionaires. Y'all come together, like myself and my business partners did. We come together, and we be our own bank. I just purchased a house for $900,000. We were our own bank because the the interest rates are sky high right now. We couldn't go through the bank because we don't want to pay 5% on our loan. You understand? So how about the fighters come together, right? And become their own bank, invest in themselves, right? The you guys got to understand something. The promoter's position is a network of guys. It ain't the power of the one man. It's the fact that Bob Arum has a connection with ESPN. ESPN has a connection with whoever they may have. So that's the bridge. If you, as a fighter, create your own network, guess who's going to chase after you? The networks.
The networks, yeah.
Exactly. So people talk like, I'm the boss, I'm this. Ain't nobody the boss, man. Like, your YouTubers are the freest people in boxing, man. You understand? And that's just the reality of it. When they say October 30th, you're fighting. Everybody, I'm fighting October 30th. They gave me permission to fight. You know what I mean? When you're a YouTuber, you can come on anytime you want. You ain't got no set time. You can come on. We have set times, but you can come on anytime you want. So if the fighters practice group economics, it would change the sport of boxing. And if the fans wake up, see, here's the fans are not woke enough, coach. We fight over who's the best fighter instead of our wallets. And this is where I'm at. People say, oh man, I say, save your money. How about we disconnect from Showtime? We disconnect from ESPN Plus, the Zone, until we get the fights we want. But then they tricked us into fandom. You're not a real fan of your fighter if you don't support them. So they telling you to disregard your household and how much you make an hour for your favorite fighter. Make this shit make sense. So it is what it is.
Hey, well, Fred, man, I told you I got another guest coming on.
No, I appreciate you having me on, dog.
Man. Yeah, man. So listen, man, let everybody know where they can find you at. Those who like you, don't like you, whatever. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, please. If you go to Checks and Balances, man. Go to checksandbalances.movie, man. Go support the movie, man. It's an incredible film, man. And it's an award-winning film. We done won 4 film festivals. 9 Wives done won about 10 film festivals, man. And but go there, start there, spend the weekend doing that. And that's all I can say, man. I appreciate you having me on your platform, and congratulations on your successes, man. And continued success, man. And thank you for having me, for sure.
Man, salute. Hey, shout out to Fred Barbershop Conversations, man. Fred, thank you so much for taking the time to come by, brother. All right. Salute.
Appreciate you.
Salute, man. Salute to Fred Barbershop Conversations. Now, I know a lot of you guys in the chat feeling some type of way. Why you got Fred on the show? Fred is all right with me. I don't have any issues with Fred. Fred is all right with me. I got the brother's phone, and I talked to him on the phone. Whatever issues that you may have with someone, those are not my issues. I have a series that I'm doing. I'm interviewing other content creators. I've had Ring IQ on here. I've had Blood Boxing on here. I've had I'm gonna try to get IBFP on here. I'm gonna try to get True Boxing Sports, True Sports Boxing on here. I've had Sporting Icons on here. I had what the brother name that passed away, man, the historian, the historian, man, the brother that passed away. Damn, I forgot his name, man. Kurt. Had Kurt on here. I forgot Kurt's last name, man. I had Kurt on here. So I don't have several content creators. I don't have Lady Shan on here. So everybody don't like everybody. Everybody don't like everybody. And then, Blue Blood Sports TV called into the show. Everybody don't like everybody on YouTube. Those are the facts. You have some subscribers. Like, my position is my position. I ain't changed my goddamn position for nobody, right? But at the end of the day, you have some subscribers and some content creators that don't fuck with each other, right? What I'm doing is I'm doing a series of interviews on. I had Julius on here, Ring IQ on here. So I'm getting everybody on here. I'm not just going to get just certain people on here. I want to get everybody on as I can and let them talk, let them say what they got to say. It is what it is. And I let you guys decide. And other than that, that's it. So it was a good interview. Anybody who want to use this interview, excerpts of this interview, you can have my permission. You don't have to worry about me reporting you, none of that stuff. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You can take any video that I have on my show, and you can use it to see and do what you will with it. Shout out to Sir Tice for dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Sir Tice, what you say, fam? He said, that was a great interview, coach. Fred is a stand-up dude.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to it's cold in the winter. He said, Coach, you did a good job interviewing dude. Okay, I appreciate that. Shout out to my sister Lady Shan. She said it was a good interview. Okay, I hope, whatever anybody wanted to learn, I hope Fred was able to answer some questions. If you felt he was a coon, you felt he was a sellout, whatever, I hope he answered those questions. Whatever you came away with it, fine. I asked some questions about the PBC, his affiliation. He broke that down. I asked some questions about the LDBC. Was he still affiliated? He broke that down. He talked about what he thought about manhood, business. He says he's a multimillionaire. He's a father, to his family. And he came with a very interesting perspective. Whether you like him, agree with him or not, so be it. You know what I mean? Your issues with Fred is not my issues with Fred. That's all I'm saying. So I hope you respect that. You know what I mean? Everybody don't get along. I got a different content creators that I'm all right with. They don't like each other. Guess what? That shit ain't got nothing to do with me, right? And I got other content creators that like each other. They don't like me. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. So fuck it. I'm a grown ass man. We all grown men and women. I hope we can act like adults. That's all I can say. Shout out to Christopher. What'd you say, fam? He said ring IQ is solid. Yeah, Julie's that's my main man there. Julius is solid. Julius is solid. Yeah, Kurt Sugar, man. R.I.P. to Kurt Sugar, man. Kurt Sugar, let's give Kurt Sugar a round of applause. King KO said Ring Dummy is the top ranked groupie. See, King KO don't like Ring. He don't like Ring. Now, I'm not going to be mad and fall out with King KO because he don't like Julius or Ring IQ. I'm not going to fall out with him because he don't like Julius. If you don't like Julius, so be it. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm all right with Julius, though. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't like him, and I'm not going to block you because you don't like certain people I'm all right with. You know what I mean? We adults here. So, let's look at Punch Perfect Boxing over there in the UK. That's my main man also. He say interview the singing OG one day. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the singing OG on the show. If I can get him on the show, we'll see. You know what I mean? A lot of times, a lot of stuff when people be affiliated with certain cliques and crews, it be when certain people are affiliated with certain cliques and crews, it kind of be like a conflict of interest. But it might be somebody on their side that don't like me, and maybe a brother feel like he can't come on my show. And as you can see, when people come on my show, I'm not going to attack them. I'm not going to attack them. I don't attack guests. I don't do that. I'm not the guy. I'm gonna get him on the show, then I'm gonna call him a bitch ass nigga and hoe ass nigga. When I see you, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna do. I don't do that shit. That's nigga shit. If you want that, go to H Money channel, go to Southpaw channel, or go to those other guys. But over here, I don't disrespect the guests. You a guest, you come on my platform. In regard whether I agree with you or not, I'm not going to disrespect you, and I'm not going to have someone else on the panel disrespecting you or threatening you. Not going to do that. And that's whether I like the individual or not. You see what I'm saying? Hey, we got to have some kind of middle ground. That's all. We just agree to disagree and move the fuck on. Shit. Far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get KQKC on here, but I don't know if they'll let him come over here, but I'll try to get him on here. Shout out to GGS. He said the dent though, coach. The dent, what you mean? He said, who your next interview, coach? My next interview is blood boxing. I got blood boxing coming on. I got my main man blood boxing coming on. This will be like his 4th time on here. So I got blood box coming on. Shout out to Arlette. She said, you handle yourself with class, coach. I mean, I tried. I try to handle myself with class. I try, but, you know, in interviewing, you have to. You know what I mean? So he said, Coach Trevor Bryant needs that clout. He said, Trevor Bryant needs that clout now. They said, when is the interview coming? Man, Trevor Bryant haven't got back with me yet, dog. He haven't got back with me yet.
True.
He haven't got back with me yet. Jerome Benjamin, he said, Coach, you trying to say you ain't got shooters? No, I ain't got no shooters. You ain't gonna never hear me say no shit like that online. I'm not that stupid. Hey, Edwin, I'm not that stupid. I would never get online and confess to having shooters, people that will go out and physically harm people and take people's lives. You know how dumb that shit is? I would never do no dumb ass shit like that. Come on, man. He say age against him, but he looks in good shape. He say, Coach, you need to bring IBLP. I don't think IBLP will come on the show. I'll reach out to him though. I like IBLP. He a solid dude, man. He a solid dude, man. He's funner than a motherfucker, and he's one of the most talented guys on YouTube. There's a lot of people don't like him neither. You see what I'm saying? But again, your issues with a content creator or another person are not my issues. I'm not the guy that's going to be like, I don't like him, but I'm all right with you. And if you want to be all right with me, you need to not like him as well. That's not me. I can be all right with you. If you don't like somebody, who I talk to, fine. You have a right to do that. I'm not. And then if you rock with somebody that I don't like, I got other content creators that rock with people that I don't like. But I'm not going to fall out with them because of their relationship with a guy I don't like. You know what I mean? That to me, that's some childish shit. My nigga, if you're going to be all right with me, you got to hate him too. But nah, you know what I mean? Or dislike him too. That shit childish. I'm a grown ass man, dog. Shout out to Javon Soto. He said y'all both entertaining. Now, as it relate to the fight, let's look at what we got. We have 263 votes. Let's end the poll. We have 264 votes. I'm gonna leave it up for about a couple of more minutes, and then we're gonna end the poll. We have 50, and so far 51% says that Andy Ruiz will win this fight by KO or TKO. So far, we have, and you know, I'm gonna end the poll. The poll has been up for an hour now. The poll is ended. I'm gonna end the poll. Hold on. We have 27% say that Andy Ruiz will win by decision. 18% says so far that Kong Ortiz, the boogeyman of the division. You know, when I say that shit, I'm really being facetious. Ain't no boogeyman about yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir, brother. Hold on. I have people, hold on. No. Yeah, Kong Ortiz, people say that 18% say he'll win by KO or TKO. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and take a screenshot of this. Well, we still have people voting. We still have people voting. 272 people. Let me end this poll. We're gonna end it. 272 votes, and we have. Let's end the poll. The poll is up. 50% said that Andy Ruiz will win by knockout or TKO. 27% say by decision. 17% say Ortiz will win by KO or TKO. 40% said that Ortiz will win by decision. Shout out to Solo Dolo. Solo Dolo, what did he say, fam? He said, motherfuckers over 30 talk about beefing. He say, that shit is super sad. What they talk about in the chat? Let me look see what's going on in the chat. What they talk about in the chat? Everybody talking about pulling up? Everybody talking about pulling up? Whatever. Oh, man. Mr. Bipolar, he said, why does age get such a big mention when you think of Ortiz? It's too old. He said, take a look at him training. And his record is 36-2. Both times behind Wilder. You know what? I I think what it is because Ortiz, a lot of people feel they said that he's about 50 years old. And you know, they feel like he's too old to still be boxing or whatever. And I think if Andy Ruiz was to win this fight, they're gonna say, well, he beat up on an old man. They said, well, Wilder fought Ortiz. Ortiz was an old man and all this stuff there. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a form of discrediting, but it is what it is. He getting his ass in the ring, you know, he ain't gonna have no damn excuses. You say, Coach, where's the double TKO from exhaustion? You say, where's the double TKO from exhaustion? Oh, no, talking about that option there? Nah. Arlette said Ortiz looks old. Yeah, he is old. I think he's about 50 years old. You know, Arlette, all jokes aside, you have Cuban years, and then you have, they say Cubans have 2 birthdays, right? They say the Cuban fighters have 2 birthdays. They have their real age birthday in Cuba, and then when they get to America, they have a different age when they get here. You see what I'm saying? Rigondeaux, look at Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux look like he about 55 years old. His face very old and wrinkled. Ortiz, the same thing. So a lot of people feel that, hey, man, this dude really older than what he is. You see what I'm saying? So I believe he's older than what he is. You know, the Cuban fighters, they have 2 different ages. You know what I mean? They got the Cuban age, and then they have the real American, or the boxing age when they get into boxing. Shout out to Will. Hey, dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Will, what to say? You say it's not his fault. Ortiz signed the dotted line. No, it's not his fault.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I sit back and look at this. I say, you know the thing that gets me with Ortiz, and I'm not a professional pocket watcher. You know what I should start being a professional pocket watcher though. I should start doing that, being a professional pocket watcher. Like celebritynetwork.com and stuff like that, because I can use stuff like that as teaching moments and teaching points. I like to teach. I find myself liking to teach a lot, but I can't do it on this platform because people want to hear about boxing all the time. So we'll just stick to boxing. But man, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. See, I got sidetracked. I told y'all my mind be going 20 different ways. I think I probably got ADHD or some shit. I don't know. I'm diagnosing myself. He say, what you say? I'll let you say PPC is down Ortiz's hair. The guy is 50 with no gray. Come on, coach. Yeah, I got gray hair. Like I got gray hair. Like if I get closer to this camera, you'll see all the gray hair I got all around my head. And I'm 48, so I got gray hair. You know what I mean? The contrast, you probably can't see it with the contrast of the camera because I have a real good lens on here. But yeah, you can see right up here. Yeah, shit, I got, you know what I mean? So yeah, the boogeyman of the division. Shout out to Sporting Icons, man. What's going on, fam? Hey, Sporting, I gotta get you back on the show, man. We gotta set a date, man. Get you back on the show. I want to interview you, my brother. Gotta get Sporting Icons back on the show. Sporting Icons, you got a lot of people that don't like you neither. Well, so I get it. But yeah, though, man, just let me know, man. What you say? You say that's that reefer, coach? No, I just started smoking weed in October. I started smoking weed, I 11 months ago. And I started smoking because I had an anxiety attack. Raw dog, this is a true story. I got to find the video, but I think this is October. This is October last year. Either October or November. I want to say it might have been November last year. I had a panic attack on the show. Never an anxiety attack on the show. I never had one before in my life. It felt like I was having a stroke. And the crazy part about it, we was laughing. I was laughing. Man, we were laughing, kikiing. It was a good show. We was having fun and everything on the show. And then all of a sudden, something just hit me. You get what I'm saying? I was feeling very strange. I don't know what it was. And, I think I have a lot of stuff. I think about. I don't know what it was. So it felt like I was having a stroke. I was having shortness of breath and shit. I'm like, man, God damn. So that's what I thought. So I abruptly ended the show. The show was like an hour and 15 minutes. I ended the show. Went to the hospital. They did a KTG. They did a KTG CAT scan on me. They did a KTG on me, and nothing was wrong with me. no arteries closed, wasn't having a stroke. Blood pressure was normal. My blood pressure was real normal. And I go to the doctor once a year to get my blood work done just to make sure everything is going well with my vitals. Like my cholesterol good, HDL, LDL cholesterol good, heart rate strong. Like I'm healthy as a horse. But I didn't, and they gave me a pill in the hospital. And that shit had me, to deal with anxiety. The nurse said you just had an anxiety attack. And they gave me a pill, right? And the pill had me on stuck for 2 days. And they say, take this like 30 minutes before the show, and then you'll be okay. I took it at the hospital, and the way that pill made me feel, and I don't take pills. You know what I mean? And the way that pill had me feeling, I say I'll never take no shit like that again. So I say, I'm gonna just smoke weed. And ever since I smoked weed, I haven't had an anxiety attack since. I haven't had an anxiety attack since. I think I might have had one more, but I was able to like calm it down. You get what I'm saying? I was able to calm it down. Shout out to Mr. Bipolar. Shout out to Mr. Bipolar. For dropping that 179. Bam, pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Boy.
Me say super stick. I appreciate that.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, so ever since I've been smoking weed, I've been Gucci. Yeah, EKG. That was EKG. Yeah, I said KTG. Yeah, EKG. Hey, what I said TKG. That's the weed right there. That's the weed. Hey, that's the weed right there. Hey, Fred, someone go, yeah, man, I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. Shit. Nigga, please. Got some good green right here. Shit, goddamn right. Yeah. I smoke weed every day. I am an advocate of weed smoking. Yes, I am. I am an advocate of weed smoking. Yeah, I don't smoke no weed. Well, nigga, I do. True. Shit. Nigga, I do. It is what it is. Let's give my dog, Retro Boss and the Documentaries, a round of applause.
What's
Lord,
going on, Coach?
What's
What's
Yes,
good
sir.
with you, man?
What's going on with you?
Hey, man, all good over here, all gravy, baby. You know this
Hey, look-
hot Florida sun finna kill us out here now.
Hey, no, look, it sounds like cool. It sounds like it's cooling off a little bit.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's been
Feel
a
like
lot
it's
of
cooling
rain,
off a little bit.
man. It's been a lot of rain, you know. It's been a lot of
Hey.
rain. It's been helping it out a little bit, you know.
Man, listen, this is very special for me, man, because we have one of the legends that passed away yesterday, the great Ernie Shavers, and there was no one that I can think of that I wanted to bring on this show to talk about Ernie Shavers and tie it into the heavyweight division from the time he was boxing with the Alis and the Foremans and the Frazers and the Nortons and the Corys and all of that stuff there, and tied into today, right? And I'm gonna show you where I'm going at with this. But for those who don't know, and Shavers was boxing when I was like, I was really young. So I remember vaguely certain fights he's had. I remember certain fights he's had. Like I remember the Larry Holmes fight. I think he had that fight in 1979. I remember that. I think I was 5 years old.
When he had the championship shot, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And then I remember him and Holmes fought again in the 80s, whatever, 82, something like that.
No, they actually fought the first time. It was actually in 79 when they had the second fight.
Oh, 79 had the second fight. Okay. So I don't remember. I'm talking about the second fight. I didn't see I don't remember the first fight because I was so young. Maybe they had it in 76 from what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, me and you are the same age. I don't remember the first fight either. Coach. We're around that same age range, but I do remember the second fight.
Yeah. And then so I was this is what I was looking at. Blood. Check this out. I'm fixing to take you down memory lane. Where was my brother? Where is he at? I'm fixing to take you down memory lane. We're talking about
take us down memory lane, Coach.
There you go right here. Here you go right here. Now, explain to these new booties, right? Because these dudes say that they'll say Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the division. He's number one. They'll say Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight in the division. They'll say Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight in the division. They'll say Alexander Usyk is the number one heavyweight in the division. Could you, based on the example that Ernie Shavers, Ron Lyles, Muhammad Ali, Larry Foreman, I'm not talking about George Foreman, sorry, I'm talking about Larry Foreman, Larry Holmes, those Ken Norton, those guys like that, right? Corey, based on the examples that those guys gave, do you see anybody that's in a heavyweight division that you can clearly look at today and say he is the best in the division because he followed the examples of those heavyweights that was in the 70s and 80s era? What say you?
No, at this time there is nobody who does things or moves the way that a Larry Holmes moved, because the heavyweight division is structured different now. There's a lot of guys in the top 10 that have not fought each other. Once again, we went into this before with the rankings and everything. Right. It's just a different sport now, and because it's a different sport, it's hard to compare the fighters from yesterday to today because the sport is so different, man. Right. But man, I'm so sad about the passing of Ernie Shavers, and I did kind of go over a little bit of before I came on here. I went over some highlights, right? And I jotted down a few things. If you don't mind me talking about it real quick, I won't take up too much time now.
Go ahead, talk. No, talk about it. Go ahead, man. I got you on. Go ahead.
So to start things out, man, just shout out once again to my old boy over here in Florida and Tampa for giving me the opportunity to speak on one of the hardest punches to ever live. In fact, he retired with a 76.4 KO percentage, and he fought the best of his era. He was known as the Black Destroyer. I'm talking that Southern boy out of the state of Alabama, Ernie Shavers. That's right. Many heavyweights have felt the wrath of the Alabama Slammer. Others ran from that Alabama hammer, whatever you want to call it, Alabama Slammer hammer. A high percentage of boxing experts has Shavers rated as the hardest puncher of all times. What's even more important was that Shavers received this honor from the majority of his peers, as well as participants that fought in the deep waters of the 1960s, 70s, and 1980s. The fighters that existed in that environment said that Ernie Shavers was the hardest puncher in the world. They said that. A fighter that was credited as one of the hardest punchers to ever live also fought in that environment. His name was Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle had fought some of boxing history's biggest punchers, such as a George Foreman or Jerry Cooney. But when asked who was the hardest puncher he had ever faced, according to Ron and Lyle, it was Ernie Shavers. According to the greatest of all, Muhammad Ali, Ernie Shavers was the hardest puncher he had ever faced. And let's not forget that Ali fought Liston, Frazier, Foreman, Ronnie Lyle, and a large variety of hard punchers that spanned over 3 decades, according to Larry Holmes. And Holmes had also fought top competition that spanned over 3 decades. According to Larry Holmes, the hardest puncher was Ernie Shavers, okay? In fact, according to all the fighters that appear on the Shavers resume, Shavers has punching power that's in a class of his own. Shavers have fought some solid heavyweights in Ron Lyle, Jerry Quarry, Jimmy Ellis, Henry Clark, and Roy Williams. Get to know some of these guys if you guys haven't yet, right? In the 1970s, Ernie Shavers was an avoided fighter that was known as the Black Destroyer. The news had spread from coast to coast that this was not a fighter others should sign to fight. Ernie Shavers was highly avoided and had been fighting for 8 years. In 1977, he received his first title shot, losing a 15-round decision to Ali. Many boxing experts thought Shavers had won the fight with Ali. Ali's fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, said Ali needs to retire. Most people who thought Ali needed to retire came after the Ernie Shavers fight, where Ali took a lot of punishment. After that fight, Ali's speech never appeared to be the same. It was shot. Ali took too many hard punches from one of perhaps the hardest puncher ever. In the year of 1978, he would lose a 12-round decision, title eliminator, facing a young Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes would advance and win the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World and gave Ernie Shavers a title shot in the year of 1979. A few months before receiving the second shot at the World Championships, Shaver had knocked out the highly rated Ken Norton in 1 round. The second Holmes fight was his second shot at a title. And in the 7th round of that fight, and I know Coach remembers this, man.
Yeah,
he came very close to achieving his #1 goal. It happened in the 7th round. It was in this round that he would floor Larry Holmes with a huge Hail Mary right hand from hell. Holmes appeared to be out cold for like a split second. We didn't know if Holmes was going to get up. Coach knows what I'm talking about. We didn't know for sure if Holmes was going to get up.
You know what? You know what though? And when Larry Holmes got dropped, you know how they say today when Tyson Fury dropped, when Wilder dropped Tyson Fury, knocked him out in the first fight, the referee counted. And they said they're supposed to wave it off. Okay, well, you know, when Larry Holmes fought Shavers and got dropped, the referee could have waved it off, but he didn't. He counted, and goddamn it, Larry Holmes ended up getting up, beating the count, and he ended up. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. What he ended up doing.
Coach. That's a great point, because when that had happened to Tyson Fury, the people who were around, like the older boxing fans, they compared. I heard a few people compare the knockouts, because it did appear as though Holmes was out cold. And if you read old articles on it, they will say that Holmes was out cold for a second or whatever. I mean, because the way he hit the ground, it's like he was knocked out. He lost his legs and everything. And when he hit the ground, he woke back up. You could pretty much see that on the camera, you know. So it could have easily happened that the ref could have just said, hey, man, that's it. So he came very close to achieving his goals. But, you know, Holmes, he would beat the count, eventually gather his head and stop Shavers in the 11th round. Shavers would continue his career with mixed results, but would end up fighting a lot of fighters, top fighters. Of course, there was mixed results. He would stop the momentum of many up and coming young fighters, and then he had the problems with the retina and all of that. But you know what, Coach? I'm going to bring up something that I want to hear you talk about, because this kind of comes back to something that's one of your favorite movies, man. In 1982, and I know you know about this, Coach, but we're going to go into it a little bit. In 1982, Shavers tried out for the movie Rocky III. He was competing for a role to play a fictional character named Clubber Lang. Sylvester Stallone, and this is a true story. You guys can look this up. Shavers talked about it and everything. Sylvester Stallone was sparring Shavers and asked Shavers to go full force. Shavers went full force with Sylvester Stallone and hit him with a left hand, which wasn't even the hard. His right hand was harder, but he hit Stallone with a body shot. Stallone ended up throwing up. Right, he had to be escorted out. He threw up, and Stallone later said it was the closest thing to hell that had ever happened to him. Through all the action movies and everything, and get this, about a week later, he was called and told that Mr. T had the role. They didn't want Sylvester Stallone even to spar with Ernie Shavers. He hit him too hard and probably knocked himself out of that role. Coach, what do you think about that, man?
Man,
you might have had some sound clips, Coach.
Hey,
if it wasn't Mr. T, you might have had some Ernie Shavers sound clips, bro.
Hey, listen. You know what? I think they did the right move by making Mr. T the role, because he bodied the role. I don't know if Ernie Shavers, how good of an actor he was. We know he was a real fighter.
Did it like Mr. T.
Yeah, man. The way he sold it, the mannerism. So basically, are you saying was this what Rocky III was Ernie Shavers kind of like the motivation behind it, so to speak? Or
no, he wasn't the motivation, but he did. But they pitched the role to him for Clubber Lang. They pitched it to him. They wanted him to be in it. And Sylvester Stallone, who's really involved with the boxing scene and everything like that, he wanted Ernie Shavers for the part. The real reason Mr. T probably wanted is because of what you said. He's a better actor. Shavers did hurt Stallone in the ring, and it wasn't long after that he got the call and said, hey, we found somebody else. He said he ended up finding out later it was Mr. T. And at that time, nobody really knew who Mr. T was, because he hadn't played in the A-team yet. Right. Because he wasn't on the A-team until maybe 2 years later. Right, Coach? If I'm not
the movie opened up the door for him. The movie opened up. As a matter of fact,
it opened up the door for an actual actor who was a better actor. I'm sure he couldn't fight like Ernie Shavers, but he was a better actor. And like you said, he ended up bodying that role. And now we could use sound clips and all of that. I'm not sure if Ernie Shavers would have been able to do that. I've heard Ernie Shavers talk in a few interviews. He's well-spoken. but I don't know. Mr. T was just cut out
But
for
this
that
ball
role.
been taking the easy matches. Fight another ball. Get out my face. Don't need nothing you got no more. Don't need no hair's been messing up my corner. And you better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off.
He was made for that role. But I just thought it was funny how Ernie Shavers had tried out for the role, and I had never heard about that until I heard an interview from Ernie Shavers. It's on YouTube. And then I went to looking into it and all of that kind of stuff. And Sylvester Stallone, he makes his comments today, and he says, "Man, when Ernie Shavers hit me that time, I thought I was dead pretty much. He had to throw up, vomit."
Let me address this guy. Solo Dolo say the only reason we on Mr. T is because he was because of the TV shows. We don't know how Shavers clubs would have turned out. Sir, this is what you said, Solo Dolo, is very untrue. When Mr. T did not have any TV shows prior to Rocky. Prior to playing in the movie Rocky, he did not have any TV shows prior to that. So what you said is not true. But go ahead.
That's true. Yeah, and then it opened up the door for Mr. T. But man, I don't know, man. I feel bad about what happened with Ernie, and I'm a little bit afraid because my father is the same age as Ernie Shavers and all of those guys, and I'm seeing more and more people going away from us. And I'm not ready to lose nobody that's real close to me, man. But it's gonna happen to all of us, man. And you know what? Ernie Shavers didn't die broke or anything like that. He was doing pretty good, man. And he was happy. He was a happily married man, and Ernie Shavers was just a family guy. People loved him. He left here knowing that his power was honored, right? And he got to live a long life. I mean, 78. We'd like to see him have lived longer than that, but he still lived a lot longer. Me and you, we know guys who are not even alive from our era now. You know what I'm saying? Ernie Shavers, man, R.I.P. to him, man.
R.I.P. to the great. Let's give him Ernie Shavers round of applause, man.
And Coach, I'm gonna let you get back to doing your thing, bro. I just wanted to tell you, man, thanks for the opportunity. You mind if I take this clip and make a little clip on my show? Because I was gonna do a video for Ernie. And
do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Hold on, I got one more thing to say, though.
Okay.
To piggyback off what you're saying. Sporting Icon say, this is why I love blood. We learn something new every time I listen. I didn't know that about Rocky 3 story. Yeah. Check this out. Check this out. No, but Blood said it's true, though. Blood said it's true. That's true. I saw the actual interview with Ernie Shavers. Hold on. What's my brother Sylvester Stallone. That's true. Hey, check this out now. Yahoo, I like what Yahoo did with Ernie Shavers, right? They said Ernie Shavers, who earned a reputation as the hardest puncher in the game during the golden era of the heavyweight of heavyweight boxing in the 70s, died Thursday, which was yesterday, a day after he turned 78 years old, which is what Arlette said in the chat. The cause of death is unknown. Shavers fought primarily during the 70s, though his career stretched from 1969 to 1995. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was
he went several years away from the ring and had a couple of fights in 95.
Yeah, that's true. He was 74-14-1 with 68 knockouts in his career. He fought both Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. That would be the equivalent. Well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't want nobody to confuse what I'm saying. But he fought both Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes for the heavyweight title. He fought Ali for the title on September 29th, 1977 in Madison Square Garden in New York. Ali won a 15-round unanimous decision. Ali had dubbed Shavers the Acorn before the fight because of his shaved bald head. But Ali had to fight a brilliant 15-round in order to get the decision. And afterwards uttered one of the greatest lines when talking about Shavers' punching power. This is what Muhammad Ali said, and I quote, "Ernie hit me so hard, it shook my kinfolk in Africa," Ali said. Former heavyweight champion George Foreman said in an appearance on the Late Night Show with David Letterman that the hardest punchers he's ever fought were Jerry Cooney, Ron Lyle, and Cleveland Williams. When Letterman asked Foreman about Shavers, Foreman had a telling response. He said, "I never fought Ernie Shavers. Thank God I did." Hey, so here you go right here. It said broke down right here. It say Shavers fought Larry Holmes twice. The first time being a non-title bout in March 25th, 1978 at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And that was his first bout after losing to Ali. So he went from
WBC
Ali
title eliminator. Yep.
Right. He went from Ali to fighting Holmes. And Holmes won a 12-round decision over Shavers in that match. And in the next fight, he beat Ken Norton, not Ken Norton now in the first round to win. He beat Ken Norton to win the vacant WBC title. No, he didn't win the title here. I think they're wrong right here.
He won. No, he didn't win. No, he didn't win.
Yeah, he didn't win. They made a mistake right there. It says Shavers and Holmes fought for the WBC title at Caesar's Palace in September 28th, 1979. In the 7th round, Shavers knocked Holmes down. Holmes got up and proceeded to stop Shavers in the 11th round. And I say all that to say this. Ernie Shavers wasn't a big man for a heavyweight. He was 6 feet tall and around 210 pounds. You see what I'm saying? Hey, so he really wasn't a big heavyweight, but for him not to be a big heavyweight, he hit so hard. And he's from Alabama. So a lot of you guys who are fans of Deontay Wilder, you don't know that, in my opinion, the greatest fighter that ever came out of Alabama, even though he didn't win the title, is Ernie Shavers. I'm going to tell you why I got Ernie Shavers. Not only does he have 68 knockouts, but he's fought all the top guys in the top 10. He fought everybody. Ernie Shavers did not duck no smoke. And I tell you guys, Blood Boxing tell you guys, and other channels out there like Boxing Gems, Beats, and stuff like that, Ring, Sporting Icons, Punch Perfect Boxing, other channels out there that really scrapbook boxing, they know that in order to find out who is the best fighter in a weight division, how many top 10 guys you fight, you're going to have to fight everybody. You can't beat one dude 2 times out of 3 times, and now all of a sudden you're the greatest heavyweight that ever lived. It doesn't work that way. You don't. Right. You don't say, okay, well, my fighter, he had 10 title defenses, but the people he fought, some of them was unranked. Only one of them was in the top 10. Only one of them was in the top 10. The other ones was in the top 100 or the top 300. No. You don't become the greatest. You don't become the best of a weight division if you don't fight those top guys in the heavyweight division. That's not how it works. So a lot of guys, they're ignorant to the sport of boxing, Blood. They really don't know.
Yes, sir.
So it's my job, your job, and people like that, who you fight matters. It's our job to educate.
Absolutely.
And so if you ain't fighting the top guys, ain't no goddamn best in the heavyweight division right now. We don't know until these guys fight each other. You see what I'm saying? And if you was to give a best, you would say, okay, well, this guy fought more of the top guys than those guys, and these were the results. And anyone know how to put together a ranking system is Blood, because he actually do the spreadsheet. He lays it out and say, look, this how you do it, and you do process of elimination and stuff like that. So I say all that to say this, because I know I'm filibustering. The only way you're gonna know.
No, you're not. That's all good shit, Coach. What you talking about? You talking about Ernie Shavers? Ain't no filibustering with no Ernie Shavers. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, so the only way you're going to find out who is the best fighter in any weight division, whether it's minimum weight to heavyweight and every weight division in between, who you fight matters. If you ain't fought most of the top guys in the top 10, and there's other guys in the top 10 that haven't fought each other, if none of the guys in the top 10 are fighting each other, how in the hell you can say that this guy's the best guy and he only fought one guy in the top 10 and this other guy only fought 2 guys within an 8-year span or 7-year span? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So I just wanted to say that Ernie Shavers fought everybody. All you guys from Alabama who love Deontay Wilder, you need to look at Ernie Shavers. And what I do is this here. I look at the example that Ernie Shavers set, and I look at the example that the other guys set, the old school guys. I say, if these guys are fighting all of the people in the top 10, you don't have a right to compare a fighter. You don't have a right to say, well, Deontay Wilder is 10 times, and this is to Malik Scott. You don't have a right to say Deontay Wilder is 10 times better than Ali inside of the ring if Deontay Wilder did not do the things that Ali did inside of the ring. You don't get a chance to compare a fighter today, whether it's Tank Davis or Devin Haney or Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua or Usyk. You don't get a chance. You don't get a chance to compare these fighters today with old school guys to say, yeah, he'll be better than these guys when he hasn't put in the work that the old school guys put in. How are you going to say that this fighter's better than Ali when he ain't fought more top 10 opponents than Ali? How you gonna say that? Well, Fury would have did this and that, yada yada yada. Well, shit, let's look at his resume now. Well, shit, the nigga ain't fought. He ain't fought the top guys in the weight division of this era in order to say that what he would have did to Ali. Because back then when Ernie Shavers was fighting, all the top 10 guys fought each other. And if your fighter ain't doing that, your fighter ain't the best in the division. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
That's right. That's right. And I can't find how anyone could argue against that, Coach. I agree with everything you said, man. All right, Peter Ernest Shavers, man.
Anything else you want to say, Blood, before you leave?
No, sir, man. Thanks a lot, Coach, for the opportunity to come on your platform and speak on Ernest Shavers, man. You're doing big things, Coach. The hottest channel out there, y'all. Coach Malachi, peace out.
Yes, sir. Peace out. Salute to my brother Blood, Retro Boxing and Documentary. Let's give him a round of applause. Shout out to Amp Clark. What to say for me? Say, Coach, I'm from Alabama. We have Joe Lewis, Ernie Shavers, and Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield from Alabama? I thought he was from Georgia. I thought he was from Georgia, fam. I thought he was from Georgia. I could be wrong. I don't know. You might know more than me, but I thought he was from Georgia. But yeah, but you get what I'm saying though? This is what I talk about. PBC Central. He said, "Oh, Coach, they're going to turn off the power." No, it is what it is. Like I gotta call it. BQ Chris, you say Alabama? Okay, yeah, for sure. I didn't know that, fam. I just learned something. I gotta call it the way it is. See, this is the thing, right? These new booties to the game, they don't know anything about boxing, and then the YouTube channels that they follow don't educate them about boxing. It's more about fandom. It's more about a celebrity. It's more about popularity and stuff like that. All of the things that's wrong with the sport right now, this is what's going on. And with somebody from the old school, shout out to IBLP. Hey, man, I got to get you on the show, dog. Shout out to IBLP, man. IBLP Nuke, man, what's going on, man? We got to set a date. I got to get you on the show, man. I got to get you on the show. This dude right here, IBLP, one of my favorite YouTube channels. The dude funny as hell. He's funny as all outdoors, very talented. And, I know that IBLP may not agree with everything that I say, and I don't agree with everything that he says, but there's a level of respect there. He's a very, very talented content creator. He good. He funny in the motherfucker. He received death threats like I do. He received death threats. He received death threats like I do. Boxing Nuke. The dude is funny, dog. He toe tag and body bag. I was saying that over here. And then when I started watching Boxing Nuke, I'm like, man, I say that. He be saying that too. So he was saying it before me. Toe tag and body bag. Nuke was saying that before me because he's been doing it longer than I have. But I like when he say, sit your dumb ass down. True. We're going to keep that same energy. So shout out to Nuke, man. Hey, but yeah, man, I say all that to say this. So you can't tell me. Like that's why I say, man, your favorite fighter, whoever your favorite fighter is, man, I may not be impressed with him. It ain't but a couple of fighters, and this ain't got nothing to do with being pro anything, right? But me, I tell you guys, I have a criteria. When I look at fighters, I have a criteria. I don't look at race. I don't look at ethnicity. I don't care what city they're from, what country they're from, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I judge all fighters by one criteria, and I have it right here. My criteria for judging any fighter is what's the level of competition who you fought. How many of the top 10 fighters have you fought? Did you clean out a weight division? It's kind of hard to do that nowadays, but I look at that, right? Why? Because that shows dominance. And it goes to the next thing. Did you dominate the division? If you are a fighter that's in the weight division that's been there for years, did you dominate the division? What an example is that is someone like a Larry Holmes. He had 19 title defenses. He dominated his division. He reigned in his division, right? Someone like a Bernard Hopkins. He had like 20 title defenses, something of that sort. So he dominated his division when he was a champion. So all the stuff like that matters. What did you have any career-defining fights? Like Muhammad Ali had several career-defining fights. George Foreman had several career-defining fights. So when I judge a fighter, that's my criteria. What I see going on online is these guys don't have criterias. It's a bunch of D-riding. It's a bunch of popularity. Who got more Twitter followers? And then you sit back and say, okay, well, my fighter knocked this dude out. Okay, yeah, he knocked that dude out, but who you fight matters. Who did that dude fight? You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, shout out to Food Revolution. Shout out to Food Revolution. And a lot of these guys, they come on here and they try to change the game. Belts don't matter no more. We chasing the bag. We don't have to fight the top 10 guys because we selling out arenas. I'm like, bro, like these dudes try to come change the game. My fighter, the A side, you on the wrong side of the street. As a matter of fact, I got some examples that I can show you. This is what's going on with Tank Davis and Devin Haney online right now. I can show you some examples. And so an old nigga like me, you guys know him, the old boy come on, and I'm like, dude, wait a minute, man, who you fight matters. No, that ain't how boxing works. And then it's my job to lay it out there. It's my job to lay it out there. It's my job to lay it out there. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to my sister, Food Revolution. Hey Jay, sign the contract. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. I want to open up the phone lines. Guys. Do we got enough likes? We need 14 likes. 14 likes. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Sign the contract. I'm going to get more content creators on. I definitely got to get Nuke on here, man. I got to get him on here, man. I got to get this brother on here. And you guys, I don't attack guests. When my guests come on here, I ask key questions, but we don't attack guests over here. We don't do that. We respect the guests, and us content creators are really a part of a fraternity. I told you guys before, it's like football or basketball. You got teams that don't like each other and certain players that don't like each other, but all of them play basketball. In the NBA, you got LeBron and other NBA players. They are part of a fraternity, even though they're on different teams. So football, the same thing. Soccer, the same thing. Boxing is the only sport where it's mano a mano. They might have fighters who respect each other, but at the end of the day, ain't no goddamn team. It's when you get in that ring, it's you and the other guy, your opponent. And that's what it is. So we say men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.
True.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He said, gotta make sense. Bro, so when they knocked down 305, when I come along, bro, he came at the perfect goddamn time. When I come along, I'm like, no, man, you new booties trying to change the game. And it's because that, they don't know no better. They've been taught wrong by their favorite YouTube channels. And a lot of their favorite YouTube channels are fanboys of certain fighters. And this is what's going on. You see what I'm saying? This is what it is. So people, so what we gonna do? We're gonna put some respect on the Shaper's name.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name.
So for all you new booties, man, who think your favorite fighter is all of that, and I look at the resume, and this is why when I look at Canelo Alvarez, I say, listen, the man, 32 years old, he's had 62 fights. And then when you look at his resume, so you can say, yeah, he fought certain dudes I don't like. Well, he dunked Jamal Charlo. If that's how you feel, ain't nothing wrong with that. They elevated to the French fries belt. That is true. They created the belt for him. That is true. But when you say these things, what I do is I say, okay, I look at the fighter that you say that another fighter is ducking, and I look at their resume. And then I look at that fighter who you say that's ducking your fighter. I look at his resume and I do a comparison and I see, well, who's doing the most? Why? Why do I do that? Because I have a criteria that I go by. And if anybody don't fall under that criteria, I don't give a damn what part of the planet Earth he's from. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So I plead the fifth on that shit that you guys pushing out there.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you?
5. Let's say Nuke is cool, but he bans on driving too much. I had to assume. He said, hey, what is that? He said, Coach, the Mexican boss.
We the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's
please.
up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who won it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be
But they know
named.
who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster. Hello. So when your fighter go to talking duck language, I'm looking at Ernie Shavers. I said, hold on, let's do this. I'm like, okay, all right. So this is my criteria. And I'm not going to change my criteria. That's why I said I'll body any dude on this subject matter who be on this fanboy and shit. I'm like, no, dog, no, because I have a criteria. So you ain't gonna get around this criteria. Okay. Ernie Shavers never won a title. That is true. He never won a title. That is true. But look who he fought. He fought Jerry Quarry. He fought Jimmy Ellis. He fought Jimmy Young. He fought Roy Wallace. Well, not Roy Wallace. Sorry about that. Roy Wallace wasn't really nobody. He fought hard-hitting Ron Lyle. Oh, my God. Let's go on over here. Let's take him to school. He fought Ron Lyle. Top 10, guys. He fought Henry Clark twice. He fought Roy Williams. He fought Muhammad Ali. He fought Larry Holmes twice. He fought Ken Norton. You get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at these guys he fought. And of course, he started, he fought Joe Buckner. He fought Joe Buckner as well. Right? So James Tillis, when you tell me about your fighter, is 10 times better than these guys. When you tell me your fighter would have knocked this fighter out and would have knocked that fighter out in today's time, I look at you sideways. Why do I do that? I'm going to tell you why. Hold on. Let's pull up Ali too. I'm going to tell you why. Let's look at Ron Lyle. Who did Ron Lyle fight? When did Ron Lyle? I think Ron Lyle retired in 95 too. Damn, Ron Lyle retired in 95. Okay. Shit, because he took a break. He took a break for 15 years and came back. Damn, Ron Lyle took a break for 15 years and came back. Okay. Let's look at Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle fought Joe Buckner. He fought Jimmy Young. He fought Big Bad George Foreman. He fought Ernie Shavers. You know what I mean? He fought Muhammad Ali. Lost to him too. He fought Jimmy Ellis. He fought Oscar Bonavena. So when you tell me your fighter is he fought Jerry Quarry. When you tell me your fighter Buster Mathis, he fought Buster Mathis. When you tell me your fighter is all that in a hog head cheese sandwich, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at my criteria and I'm gonna see how many fighters and how many top 10 fighters did your fighter fight. Don't be comparing your fighter to the old school fighters if they're not doing what the old school fighters did. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that Floyd Mayweather talk. A lot of those old school guys, they died broke. I got all of my money. I have all 14 of my mentions. Like I said before, you know what I mean? I fought more world champions than anybody. I broke the PPV records. Belts don't matter. Yada yada yada. But when you fought, belts matter to you. Don't listen to that Floyd Mayweather talk. He can say that now after the fact, that after he did all the other things that the old school guys did, and now he's saying that don't do those things. And they justify. So Floyd is the one that issued a lot of this duck talk and nigger spraying and stuff. All that came from Floyd. You say Henry Cooper? Is Henry Cooper on there? You talking about from Ron Lyles? Ron Lyles or let me see. You talking about Cooper for you must be talking about Cooper that fought Evander Holyfield. Let me see. Yeah, you talking about Cooper that fought Evander Holyfield. But yeah, so this what I look at. If your fighter haven't done the things that the Ali's done, let's look at Ali. We don't even want to talk about Ali, but let's do this here. Since certain fighters are 10 times better than Ali. Ali fought Trevor Berbick. His last 2 fights, he was no good. Ali was done. His last fight was Trevor Berbick. But he fought Trevor Berbick. He fought Larry Holmes. He fought Leon Spinks. Leon Spinks was 6-0 when he fought Ali, fresh out of the Olympics, gold medalist, right? He fought Ernie Shavers. He fought Ken Norton twice. He fought Richard Dunn. All these top 10 guys Ali fought. He fought Jimmy Young. He fought Jean-Pierre Koopman. He fought Joe Frazier. You know, him and Joe Frazier fought 3 times. He fought Joe Buckner. All of these top guys that Ali fought. He fought Ron Lyle. He fought Chuck Webner. He fought George Foreman. And he was an old Ali when he fought George Foreman. He fought Joe Frazier. I told you they fought 3 times. He fought Ken Norton twice. Ken Norton beat him here, broke his jaw. He came back again, and some would say that Ali lost his second fight to Ken Norton. But he fought him twice, and he fought with a broken jaw here. He fought Bob Foster. He fought Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson was old, but it is what it is. He fought Floyd Patterson. He fought Jerry Quarry. He fought Archie Moore. I think he fought Archie Moore too, right? He fought Buster Mathis. He fought Jimmy Ellis. He fought Oscar Bonavena, Jerry Quarry, Ernie Terrell, Cleveland Williams, Carl Mildenberg. He fought Henry Cooper right there. Ali fought Henry Cooper. And he fought Floyd Patterson, and he fought Sonny Liston twice. So when you tell me he fought Henry Cooper twice, don't tell me about your fighter. I ain't impressed, homie. I'm not impressed with your favorite fighter. I'm not impressed with him. I'm just telling you right now, dog. Whoever your favorite fighter is today, I ain't impressed with him. The only thing that comes close to that is Canelo Alvarez. And why do I say that? Oh, there you go, capping for the Mexicans. You capping for the Mexicans. Okay, I'm capping for the Mexicans. Okay, let's see. I'm capping for the Mexicans. But let's see if does Canelo fit my criteria. Oh, you know what? Saul Alvarez. Because if you tell me that there's other fighters that's better right now, and you tell me that Canelo ain't fought nobody, his resume is trash, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at your fighter's resume. Guess what, guys? I don't go by ethnicity. I go by my criteria, level of competition, how many top 10 fighters did he fight? Did he clean out a weight division? Did he dominate a weight division? And did he? How many career-defining fights he's had? So the rest of who you fight matters, right? Who you fight matters. I always tell you guys this, right? Who you fight matters. So let's see. Let's look at Canelo's resume. He's 32 years old, and you know you can call him Clinello. You can say he's a cheater and all that stuff there. You can say all of that. That's fine. That's fine. He has 61 fights. But let's look at who he fought. Dimitri Bivol. So they said Dimitri Bivol was a Eurobomb because they did not know who Dimitri Bivol was, even though he's not from Europe, right? He fought Billy Joe Saunders. They say he went on the Eurobomb tour. That's what they said. That's fine. Undefeated champion Caleb Plant, undefeated champion Billy Joe Saunders. So the question I have is this: is your fighter fighting undefeated champions? I'm asking. Is your fighter fighting undefeated champions? And guess what? Some of my favorite fighters have been accused of drug cheats. Roy Jones Jr. got popped dirty. James Lightside Tony got popped dirty. There's a whole bunch of goddamn fighters. Got popped dirty, man. I mean, quite a few of them in the Hall of Fame. So some of your Hall of Fame fighters have got popped dirty. Well, Sugar Shane Mosley got popped dirty. As a matter of fact, there's a bunch of them. And there's quite a few of them that got popped dirty throughout their career. Now that I think about it, he said, coach, but he fought J-Rob. Yeah, man. But you get what I'm saying, though. So this what I look at. This is my criteria. He fought Abner Yildirim. Guess what? Darrell fought him too. So he fought Callum Smith, undefeated champion at the time. He fought Sergey Kovalev. Oh, Kovalev was old, but it is what it is. He fought Sergey Kovalev in the highway division. He fought Danny Jacobs, slick black fighter right there. He fought Rocky Fielding. Everybody felt some type of way about that. I get it. He fought Gennady Golovkin. They're fighting again. And I hear the ticket sales are not doing good. I'm hearing that the ticket sales for the Gennady Golovkin Canelo Alvarez fights are not doing good at all. The price point is too high. The price point is too high. I hear the ticket sales are not good, doing well. That's what I've been hearing. He fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. for whatever that's worth. Julio Cesar Chavez was 50-2 when they fought, right? He fought Liam Smith. Liam Smith was undefeated champion when he fought. He fought Amir Khan. Amir Khan was a welterweight that moved up, right? He fought Miguel Cotto, Hall of Famer. He fought James Kirkland. He fought Eris Landy Lara. A lot of people say he lost that fight, okay? He fought Floyd Mayweather, TBE, right? according to Florida. He TBE. He fought Austin Trout. He fought Josecito Lopez. He fought Sugar Shane Mosley. I think he was 22 or 23 when he fought Shane Mosley. Don't start this again. All right, guys, it's raining outside again. It's raining outside again. We know what happened yesterday. We know what happened yesterday. It's raining outside again, guys. It's raining outside again. We know what happened yesterday, so goddamn, my internet connection is poor. My internet connection looks like it's poor. I have the modem literally sitting right next to me. All right, we back. Sorry about that, guys. It's thunderstorming out there right now, so it is what it is. So my criteria for your fighter is this. Who did he fight? And if you tell me that another fighter is fighting bones and tomato cans, I'm going to pull up your fighter's resume. And if your fighters are not fighting undefeated champions, if he's not doing more than the guy that you're criticizing, then guess what? You're on some fanboy shit. And that's what it is. That's what it is. So that's my criteria. That's my criteria. Shout out to Arlette. You say Coach trying to get the Nike interview by talking up Canelo. No. I'm not talking. No. I think you missing what I'm saying, Arlette. You're hearing. I know you're probably joking, but you're hearing that I'm talking about Canelo trying to get an interview with Nike. You're totally missing what I'm saying. You're totally missing what I'm saying. The context that I have it in is who you fight matters. And if you tell me that, okay, this guy's a bum, he ain't fighting nobody, guess what? I'm going to look at your fighters. I'm going to look at the fighter who you say it ain't fighting nobody. Surely that you got to do that. Shout out to Butch K-Man Cassidy. Shout out to Dr. Paul Evans. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to Imp Clark. Surely you got to do that. If you're a fan of Demetrius Andrade and you tell me that I don't like Canelo ain't fighting nobody, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up Demetrius Andrade's resume. And I'm going to pull up Canelo's resume and I'm going to do a comparison. I'm going to do a comparison. You get what I'm saying? Oh, what you say all that? You say I meant Nuke. And I was kidding, Coach. Oh, okay. Oh, you saying Nuke? Okay. Oh, you meant Nuke. I thought you said Nike. You said Nuke. No. I'm just showing you my criteria, sis. Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
So I saw about that. I know you were joking.
Playtime's over, boy.
What you say, fam? He say, Coach. He said, get us to the fam.
Shut that soft ass shit up. And the best man to win. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Shout out to Reggie Owens. Hey, Reg, I had Fred on the show. Shout out to Reggie Owens. Shout out to him. Yeah, the phone line's open. Yeah, why don't you tell me that? We got 200 likes. Do we have 200 likes? Hold on. Do we have 200 likes? Hold on, caller. Let me see something. Hold on, what Bluetooth? Okay, hold on. All right. Call, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Mike Detroit Graham, how you be? Baltimore.
Troy, talk to me, fam. Talk to me.
Yeah, it was a good interview. I just wish you were taking calls for him. I had some questions for him, but other than that, it was a good interview, man.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to take calls because that interview went longer than what it should have went, and then I wouldn't have been able to get blood boxing on, so I had to segment it that way.
Okay, yeah, and also James Toney didn't pop dirty, man. He actually got the steroids from his doctor because he had knee issues.
Okay.
So he was never dirty. You know, he actually got that from a doctor. Yeah, that's it. But
people still gonna say Yeah, they ain't gonna want to hear that because if you look at it today in today's time, if it's a fighter that people don't like that got steroids from a doctor and they pop dirty, you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "Oh man, I don't want to hear that shit. He'll drug cheat." So you know, I'm just trying to stay consistent with that. But yeah, but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Troy. But that's what they're gonna say. You know.
Yeah, and also, you know, I agree with you, man. You can't go around saying that. I understand it's for hyperbole and to sell your fighter and all that, but you can't say this man is 10 times better than a man who was banned from boxing for 3 years and he came out and beat the best of the best and some of the most dangerous fighters in his era, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't say that.
Yeah, people don't have criteria. Like I get my criteria. Like I can stand on my position because, you know, and then I have a criteria. A lot of people don't have a criteria, just a lot of emotionalism and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you got a bad reception. You got a bad reception, Troy. But,
Okay, coach. Okay, coach. Thank you, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Troy. Yeah, man. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? Let's talk to the people in the chat. Let's talk to the people in the chat. Let me go to the people. Shit. Let me go over here, man. We do this for the people, by the people, of the people. You know what I mean? I represent the people. You know. He say, "Can we match the lights?" Oh, that's Little Green Eyes P. Shout out to Little Green Eyes P. Yeah, so that's my criteria. And I'm gonna tell you what happens, right? When you have fans of a particular fighter that tells you that, yeah, man, you know, my favorite fighter, man, you know, he don't fought Donkey Kong, he fought Solomon Grundy, he fought Bizarro, he fought Superman, Batman, all that stuff there. And then when you have a fighter, and this is what I told you guys, I say in today's boxing fans, especially in Black American boxing fans, not all, but I'm saying the ones that's on YouTube, but why them white boxing fans do the same shit with Tyson Fury? The white boxing fans do the same shit with Tyson Fury. They do that. And the Hispanic boxing fans do the same thing with Canelo. That's the only one. But I say this. In today's time on YouTube, on social media, the fighters that do the least get the most praise. And the fighters that do the most get the most hate. I can't make this shit up. True. Fighters that's really putting in the work. Fighters that's fighting competition in the top 10. And even though they get a couple of losses, becoming 2-time champions and unified champions and stuff like that, those fighters get looked upon as trash and all of that stuff. But the fighter who's not fighting any guys in the top 10, their fan bases not only praise them, but they'll turn around and make excuses for why their fans should not have to fight top 10 fighters. I can't make this up. True. They totally want to flip everything. It's a bizarro world. What goes up, what's up is down, and what's down is up. What's good is bad, and what's bad is good. And this is what it is. And this is what you have right here. Let me go on over here. I know we're running over. The show is 2 hours. But we're gonna go another 30 minutes. We're gonna go another 30 minutes. I want to show you something. This is what it has come to. This is what it has come to. Let me see something. Hold on. This is what it has come to. Let me keep going. Let's go over here. On Twitter, I don't know if you guys know, on Twitter, you guys know I've been on Twitter, just watching, scoping out the ops and all that stuff there. You guys know I've been on Twitter. This is what's going on Twitter. On Twitter, you got a Twitter beef going on. So right here, Tank Davis put out a tweet. Tank Davis and Devin Haney are having a unified lightweight championship bout on Twitter. Ain't nobody fighting nobody, but it's a whole lot of thumb exercises going on, right? A whole lot of thumb exercises. Like that's what's going on. They fighting on Twitter, right? So they fighting on Twitter. Gervonta Davis said, "Why they paying me 5 times more than you? Like I have all the belts." But bum ass nigga, he's talking about Devin Haney. He said, "But bum ass nigga." And another thing, stop. No, he said, "Stop trying to beat me, chump. The people starting to notice." So this is a reply to Devin Haney's when he said that He never gonna fight nobody. He's 27 years old, and Tank Davis will be 28 years old. He's almost 30. He'll be 28 years old in November. And Devin Haney said he hasn't fought nobody. He's 27 with the Mickey Mouse belt. He has the Burger King. He has the Reggie belt, right? He's 27 with the Mickey Mouse belt, and the best person on his resume is Pedraza. Fuck out of here. So Gervonta Davis went to talking about how much money he's getting paid. Now, Devin Haney's getting paid. I don't, and see, this is what I'm talking. This is why I tell you about the fans. This is why I tell you about the fans, right? This is what's going on Twitter. They go to talking about money now. I'm making more money. Listen, I'm making 5 times more money than you. So you're making $15 million? I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather and Dylan Ellaby and Al Heyman, they paying $15 million. So that ain't true. That's cap. I can go to celebritynetworth.com. These are professional pocket watchers, and they'll tell you what the net worth of a fighter is. They do this for a living. They keep track of people, how much income they have coming in and stuff like that, what they gross and what they net is. I'm gonna start pocket watching. I'm gonna start pocket. Since y'all like to talk about money all the time and A side, B side, and 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, I might start a pocket watching channel. Just everybody like to talk about. I don't give a flip about that. So he's talking about how much money he's getting paid. This dude right here says, didn't Haney make $3 million plus against Cambosos? So is Tank trying to claim he got $15 million fighting Roland Romero? This is what's going on Twitter. This is what's going on. You see what I'm saying? This is what's going on. He said, Coach, you watched the Nuke video, last video, him roasting Blue? No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, fam. But this is what's going on. This is what's going on Twitter. These dudes, listen, these dudes right here. Oh, Passad nigga did not make more money than you. I'm getting paid 15 times more money than you. Shut up. You got belts, so what? Them belts don't mean nothing. Shut up. You know what I mean? What you talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah. I got the Reggie belt. But guess what? This is what they doing. Ain't nobody fighting no guy. Ain't nobody fighting nobody. Nowadays, this is how you become. Nowadays, this is how, it's about the popular guy. They're trying to get me to conform. And he say people talk about money because that's all they can fall back on. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's it right there. That's it right there. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, somebody send me a tweet. That ain't got nothing to do with parrying a straight jab. You see what I'm saying? Like I sit back, man. I look at this here, man. I sit back and I watch these dudes, dog. And I'm like, man, what does this have to do? Roger Mayweather said it best. Most people don't know shit about boxing. R.I.P. to Roger Mayweather. Most people don't know shit about boxing. They don't, especially in today's time. And they don't know. They don't want to know about it. They just want to continue what they do. D-Ride. He say, Coach, you need to check out the 6'6", 150-pound Russian Sebastian Fundora. Fundora is not Russian. He's not Russian. Fundora is not Russian. Yeah, Fundora lives right here in Florida with me. But you get what I'm saying though. Coolbert Curry, he said y'all say people from Baltimore fight anybody. Well, Tank looking real suspect. This is what's going on Twitter. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what's going on Twitter. This is the problem. This is the problem, guys. This is the problem. Whole lot of Twitter fingers going on. Whole lot of tweeting. Too much tweeting, not enough fight. And so if you tell me your fighter is like Mike Tyson, and you comparing your fighter to Mike Tyson, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go look at your fighter's resume and see did your fighters fight the fights that Mike Tyson fought. I'm going to see is your fighter fighting the fighters Mike Tyson fought. The boxing scientists, what did he say? The wrestlers want to claim Fedor now. Yeah, they claim him now. They claim him now. All of a sudden he wrestling. Yeah, all of a sudden he wrestling. That's what it is. Shit. What the nigga name? What the nigga name from the Alphabet Boy community? Shit, he claimed Caleb Plant said he was black. I want to trade Caleb Plant for Usyk. We're gonna have a race. We're gonna have the boxing race Olympics. We're gonna have the boxing race trade. This is what we're gonna do. I want to trade Caleb Plant in for Alexander Usyk. And we're gonna make Usyk black. Now, how about that? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trade him in, make him black. I want to trade Jamal Charlo in too. We're gonna trade Jamal, since he ain't fighting no goddamn body. I want to trade Jamal Charlo in. Who we want to trade Jamal Charlo for? Shit. Who we gonna trade him for? Damn. I want to trade Jamal, even though Janabek ain't fought nobody yet, but at least he want all the smoke. He calling out Jamal Charlo. At least he want all the smoke. I want to trade Janabek. I want to trade Jamal Charlo in. Whoever the top middleweight is right now. I want to trade him in for the top middleweight. Hold on, Cookie barking. What Cookie barking for? What the hell? This is ridiculous. Cookie barking. All right, Cook. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what you're barking for, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Shit, you just keep barking. Somebody at the door. He said, "Bruh, is Spence Crawford going to happen?" Man, look here, bro. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Jet say, but coach, you telling Sebastian Fedor can't get in the Lions Den with them top fighters in that 158 class. He's 13-0. I'm not telling you anything, fam. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just saying Sebastian Fedor is not Russian. That's all I'm saying. He's not Russian. What you say, Gad Nuke? You say, coach, imagine Sugar Ray asking Duran what side of the street he on, and now many followers and how many followers he got. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is what's going on Twitter. This is what's going on Twitter. Your top fighters ain't fighting no damn body. Call what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Jerry.
Jerry from B-Boy, talk to me.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on with you?
Hey, man, Devin Haney, it's well known. He's got a fight already scheduled.
Right.
And he has another fight. He has one more fight with Top Rank.
Right.
If you ask me, Devin is capping. He can't make no fight with Tank Davis right now.
No, he can't.
That fight is a year away.
No, he's not saying. Yeah, I don't think he was saying that he can make it now. Because there was a series of tweets. He's saying that, listen, you want to call my name out when you know I have a fight already and yada, yada, yada. It's just a whole bunch of shit going on, man. Tank saying he making more money. It's some childish shit. I'm making more money than you. You trying to be like me by wearing jewelry and stuff like that. Tank saying because he wear jewelry and Devin Haney wearing jewelry, you trying to be like me. I'm like, bro, it's very childish, stupid. It ain't got nothing to do with the check, look, left foot, trap counter, parrying the jab, how to block your shots, block and roll, catch and shoot. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. They talking about stuff ain't got nothing to do with boxing. So go ahead, Jerry.
Well, if they ever do get in the ring, I got Tank flatlining Devin. I think Devin will box well for until he gets caught. Just like pretty much all of Tank's opponents. The power that guy has is, I've never seen power like that below 140. And he's still a young and active athletic fighter. And until he gets washed up, I just don't see too many guys standing up to that power. He can be outboxed, but somewhere in a 12-round fight, he going to catch his opponents, and we've seen what happens when he catches them.
Who you fight matters, Jerry. You of all people know
what's that.
I said, who you fight matters. You of all people know that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it's not like Haney has fought a class of competitors better than Tank. I wouldn't say that. I mean, Linares and Gamboa were way old. Them guys were almost 40 years old Linares had been stopped five times in his career already when he fought Devin Haney, and he was old.
Who was Tank Davis fought that impresses you?
The best fighter that he's fought, if you ask me, is Santa Cruz. Even though Santa Cruz was moving up a division, he looked strong at the weight to me, and he was doing good in the fight, just like I expect Haney will do until the bomb, until his utilities get shut off. Right. You know, the only way Haney can win that fight is to jab and grab, and that would be a big disappointment to see. You know, a fighter fight like that. You got a lot of fighters that are athletic fighters that can fight that style. Terrence Crawford, if he wanted to use his athletic abilities to fight like Haney and jab and grab and spoil, he could do so. Thank God he doesn't. Thank God Errol Spence doesn't. Boxing can't handle too many high-profile fighters that employ that style. Okay. And I can see why these guys don't want to fight him. I don't think that they're a fear. I think Davis does not fear Devin Haney. No one will ever convince me of that. But, you know, there is something to be said for making a fight that's going to make you fans win or lose, and then fighting a guy that's willing to stink to join out and grab like that all night. You know, that's a spoiler type of style. That's not master boxing. That's master spoiling, if you ask me.
All right. But Jared, thank you for calling in, man. Salute to Jared.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Jordan say filibuster. Hey, hold on, what's Reg at? What Reg at? Reg, shout out to Reg. Reg say, he said, Coach, man, I'm dying like a motherfucker listening to your Andy Fred interview when you asked if he was a coon. Yeah, I was asking the questions that a lot of people say, like, hey man, Fred a coon. Didn't nobody know I was gonna have Fred on. And I just wanted the brother come on and make his piece. And I'm fully aware of your issues with Fred, and I did ask him about you and stuff like that. So, but again, I'm interviewing Reg, I got to get you on the show too. I'm trying to get all the content creators on. You know what I mean? So it's going to be members from the LDBC. I doubt if any one of those guys come on, but I'll reach out and see. I doubt if they'll come on, but I'll reach out and see. I'm going to get Lady Shan back on here, Sporting Icon. I'm going to get everybody on here if I can. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Adrian from Dallas, Texas, the mightiest Texas.
Shout out to Adrian, man. Talk to you, man.
You know. Okay, first of all, Luis Ortiz and Ruiz, let's get it down. Ruiz going to knock his ass out. Luis, it's time for you to roll out, baby. And second of all, Coach, did you see Devin Haney Twitter the fuck out of Espinosa's ass?
Yeah,
I love it.
I
need it. I want it. I mean, Tank Davis is good looking silly now, Coach. Yeah. I mean, come on. They've had 4 options, and the 3 options are gone. Haney's telling you, dude, I'm ready for December, baby. The real champ is here. Yeah. The real man, like Holyfield. What do you think about that, Coach?
Man, I think that Devin Haney, Tank and Devin Haney they're never going to fight each other. I'm going to stick to this, and I'm going to stick to what Floyd Mayweather said, and I just think that's what it's going to be. He's not going to fight though. They're not. Tank going to continue to fight. He's going to fight Esau Cruz again. He's going to fight. He's going to stay on the PPC island, and he's perfectly fine with that. So that's a fantasy match, my brother. To be honest with you.
One more thing: doesn't Heyman have something to do with Haney, Coach? Because he was been surrounded by all that mystique of the Floyd Mayweather gym. He used to be with Showtime and Espinosa. Is he still contracted somehow with Haney? Haney with Heyman.
Yeah, Haney. To my knowledge, Haney never had any contractual. He was never signed to PBC or anything.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, never.
So he's like Jerron Ennis. Jerron Ennis. He's like Jerron Ennis.
Yeah. Well, now he's signed. Now he's signed to Top Rank. Before that, he had a partnership, I guess, with he was signed with Eddie Hearn because they don't put their money up for their fights. So, Matchroom and the Zone, and now he has a promoter. He has a promoter now. I think it's I know Bob Arum, and I think he had Lou DeBellas is his promoter as well. They have some kind of partnership. Those are the guys. So yeah, that's what the situation is right now. And then of course, Tank Davis, he got Leonard Ellaby, he's his promoter, Floyd Mayweather, and he got Al Heyman, and he got Steven Espinosa. So he got 4 people. That
man, that guy has so much protection on his ass. Yeah. I mean, damn. I mean, he's like the president of the United States, man.
Yeah,
he got so much protection.
Shout out to Adrian, man. Salute.
But one more.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Coach. Have a blessed holiday. Peace.
Yeah, please, man. Shout out to Adrian, man. Yeah. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys this here, man. There's a whole lot of tweeting. This where we at now. Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
This where we at, dog. Whole lot of tweeting, man. He say Z's, Coach, I'm falling asleep. Give it to Jim. Oh, sorry about that. You know what? I took the wrong side.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut that that's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Candy Slim.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Tank Duck Loma and Gary twice. He has a history. Hey, bro, listen. Hey, Candy Slim. Listen, I told you my criteria. You know what I mean? So I understand we're in the new age now, but my criteria, I hold all fighters to that criteria. But you say he ducked Gary Russell and he ducked Long.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Cool Curry, he said, Coach, I believe Tank Haney fight next year. Man, listen, bro. You know what? Cool Curry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, my brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. My point of reference, when you say you think Tank and Devin Haney gonna fight next year, this is my point of reference.
Anything at all of where you'd like to either fight next as far as 130, 135? Anything at all?
Well, his team gonna take care of that. You know what I mean? I mean, our thing is this. You know, we work smarter, not harder.
You see what I'm saying? So he has 4 people. That's his career. Really 5, because you got Tom Brown, you have Steven Espinosa, Showtime, Tom Brown, TGB. You got Bao Heyman, you have Leonard Ellerby and Floyd Mayweather, which is that's what I mean. So these fighters don't make their own fights, and he re-signed with them, so he's cool with the status quo. So when I drop the receipts and say, no, this is what he said. This is what Floyd said.
But when you are put in a certain position, he should be he's able to, like me. You know, when I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
So this is their blueprint. Pick and choose who you want to. I think the perks of having the Reggie belt, the perks of having the Reggie belt, the WBC Reggie belt, or is it the WBC or the WBA? I think the purpose of having the WBA Reggie belt, it gives you the privilege of challenging the super champion of that division. So, to my understanding, that's what it gives you, right? So, it is what it is. Floyd Mayweather and them already laid it out, what it's going to be, what it is. So, I don't talk about this shit 1,000 times. I'm tired of talking about it, to be honest with you. It is what it is. Don't make it right, though. So, anyways, this what's going on Twitter. Whole lot of tweeting. So this is what started right here. Then they got Steven Espinosa. He tweeting too. Steven Espinosa, we talked about this. Steven Espinosa is in the Twitter war. With his bitch ass. Y'all know I don't like Steven Espinosa at all. He's an entire bitch. Let's see. This guy right here said, Gervonta Davis, he said, no matter what, this is stuff I'm talking about. He says, no matter what, Gervonta fights, he breaks gate numbers and sell out arenas. One of only 3 fighters in boxing history to be a champ in 3 different weight divisions. Now, this is the problem with that. Let's look at the comments. If you have the Reggie belt in the weight division, you're not a champion. The Reggie belt doesn't count as being the champion. You have a belt. No, and this is no shade on nobody. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have the belt, the superior belt, you're not a champion. That's boxing 101. That's boxing 101. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays, everybody got a belt. Everybody got a belt. Hell, King Kong Ortiz had the FE car box belt. He was a champion. If King Kong Ortiz had the WBA Fidelity belt, he was the champion too. You get what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I disagree with this brother on. Reggie belts don't count as champion. He say fake gate numbers. Tank only fills Barclay Center while all the comp tickets show up. Okay. This guy right here says, so I love to watch him fight, but when he retires, are people going to remember him by the arenas he sold out, gate numbers, or by the best fights he hasn't had yet? Seems like his promoter or someone above him cares more about money rather than legacy as a boxer. This guy right here said, that's just it. He ain't making real money. He ain't making the real money that he could be making. As good as he is, Tank should be making a base of $20 million a fight if he fought top guys. I don't know where he come with the $20 million, but this is what the people are saying. Sorry about that. This is what the people are saying. I thought you guys were seeing it. This is what the people are saying. So let me pull up Twitter. So this is what's going on, guys. We have undisputed matches being made on Twitter. And this is what the fans are saying. He said, and that's when there were only eight weight classes. Not like 50 the way they have today. So he's talking about pound for pound. Oh, this is Ring IQ on here. Ring IQ on here. Oh, Jules on here, right? Jules said regular titles don't count. He's only held a full title in one weight division. And that's 130 pounds. That's true. That's true. That's true. That is true. Now, people will say that's hate, but this is not hate. Fact of the matter is, the people who are ignorant and don't know nothing about boxing, they will say that that's hate. This is not hate. If you have a Reggie belt, if there's a guy that's undisputed in your weight division, you can't say that you're a champion in that weight division. When Josh Taylor held all of the belts in the 140-pound division, when Tank moved up and fought Mario Barrios, he beat Mario Barrios for the Reggie belt. You can't say he a champion when there was one guy that had all the belts. That ain't no hate. But do with it what you will. Do with it what you will. Y'all trying to change the rules. It don't work that way. This was going on. This was going on Twitter. So you see a whole lot of tweeting. Tank going back and forth with Devin Haney. That's what's going on, guys. Just a whole lot of damn tweet. Steven Espinosa going back and forth with Haney. This what's going on, fam. This what's going on. And that's it. That's it. That's what they do. That's what they do. When they start talking about gate numbers and my fighter the cash cow, 60, 40, 70, 30, my fighter make more money than your fighter, I said, okay, let's do this. I'm not a pocket watcher. But since it's important to those guys, the pocket watch, let's go to celebritynetworth.com. Let's go to celebritynetworth.com for those who like the pocket watch. My fighter make more money than the other fighter, and my fighter got this, and my fighter got that. Okay. All right. Since it's so important to you. I'm like, dude, what this got to do with these guys getting in the ring and fighting each other? It ain't got nothing to do with that. What I'm trying to say is my fighter ain't got to fight no. He ain't got to fight that dude anyway, because my fighter the cash cow. My fighter, I'm like, okay, all right, the cash cow. Okay. All right, sir, what does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything, sir? It ain't got nothing to do. It got everything to do with it. Okay. Now, take into consideration, has this been updated? Let's pull this up. This is Tank right here. Oh, they got Leonard Ellaby. They got Leonard Ellaby right here too. Let's pull up Leonard. Leonard got a net worth of 10 million. Okay, all right. I say right here, Tank got a net worth of 4 million. Let's see. This is what they like to do, right? This is what they like to do. They like to sit back and, yeah, my fighter got this. My fighter, this is what they like to do. This is what they like to do. I'm looking at resumes. Why they showing Eddie Hearn? Why they got Eddie Hearn net worth right here? I didn't type in Eddie Hearn. I typed in Devin Haney. I typed in Devin Haney. Why? Hey, damn, it don't have Devin Haney net worth in there. It keep coming up as Eddie Hearn. But this what they like to do. This what they like to do. This what they like to do, right, y'all? Ain't this what they like to do? See, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn got a net worth of $50 million. God damn, 50 million, boy. Okay. Booker Ray Leonard got a net worth. Let's see. That's Eddie Hearn. Eddie on here twice. Booker Ray Leonard, that's Tank. You say Tank got a net worth of $4 million. Now, I will say this. I don't know if this has been updated yet. He's had several fights after this, so we'll see. We'll see. And I can't pull up Devin Haney for some reason. For some reason, Devin Haney won't even come up. And there's a lot of these fighters. You pull up these fighters' net worths. This is what these guys get paid to do. It hasn't been updated yet. They'll probably have this year's earnings next year, right? But this is what they like to do. I like to do this. This is what I like to do. I like to go over here and look at the resumes and be like, God damn, boy, he don't fought Joe Bugner. He don't fought James Tillis. He don't fought Chuck Gardner. He don't fought all these top guys. I like to look at the fighters' resumes and see how many guys in the top 10 they fought. These fans today like to go here. My fighter got a net worth for this. My fighter the cash cow. This is what they like to do. Ain't none of these dudes got no money like that anyways, right? Shit ain't but a few. Shit, when I go over here, hold on. Hold on. Let me pull up Canelo. Let's pull up Canelo. Shit. Based on net worth, guys, I think Booker Ray would Eddie Hearn would be the A side over Booker Ray. This is what they like to talk about. They don't like to talk about boxing. They like to talk about money. So, call what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, it's Agent again from Dallas, Texas. I had to say one more thing. I'm sorry for calling back, Coach.
Go ahead, Agent.
Devin Haney's worth is $5 million. That's the net worth. Davis's net worth is $4 million. And he's supposed to be the pay-per-view pound king for King in the lightweight division. And Ryan Garcia makes $10 million net worth.
Yeah,
this don't make no sense, man.
What I'm saying is, I don't like talking about the money talk because it has nothing to do with boxing. But this is what they do online. Exactly. This is what they do online. So, hey, but Agent, thank you for calling back. Thank you for calling back, fam.
All right, Coach. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace. They go to talking about boxing. They go to talk about 60-40 and 80-20. And I expose the fallacies of all this stuff, right? Tank talking about I get paid, I make 15 times more than what you make. Are y'all gonna fight? I don't hear Usyk talking about that. I don't hear Anthony Johnson talking about that. I don't hear Tyson Fury talking about that. I don't hear Canelo talking about that. I don't hear none of the top guys who really making money. You don't hear them on there talking about what they got. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, it's me, Sawal from London. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, doing good, Sawal. Talk to me.
How you doing? I just literally joined in and I heard, I think the calls are open, so I didn't catch your show. I'm just calling to say, fuck you, Tyson Fury. You know what? I think he called out Manuel Char if Usyk doesn't take the fight. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Did you guys talk about that, Coach?
Yeah, I don't. You say he's doing what? He calling out Emmanuel Char?
Emmanuel Char. He called out Emmanuel Char. Emmanuel Char called him out first, and then he responded saying, if Usyk doesn't take the fight, I'm gonna fight you. So I think he's going to fight Emmanuel Char. What happened to him being retired?
He can fight Well, he's not retired, but he can fight Emmanuel Char and fight Usyk. If that fight is not going to be made until next year, he can fight. He can have a fight in between until he fight Usyk.
Yeah, but Coach, he just said, this is what I mean. He came out to say, this stupid idiot, he said, I only want 500 million. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not coming out of retirement. I'm content. I don't need no one. So why are you coming out to fight Emmanuel Char now?
He clearly was lying. He
fight Joshua then?
No, he clearly was lying. He clearly was lying. So, it is what it is. That's Tyson Fury. He lies. So, he's a liar. So why would you get upset about him lying?
So fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua lost twice, make your biggest money, and then after that fight Usyk then to prove a point. But obviously he's not going to do that.
No, he's not gonna do that.
Man.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that, Swab. So that you get what I'm saying. Like with Tyson Fury, you get that you get what you get. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I feel your pain on it.
And people still support him. And people still support him. Fuck that. People still support this idiot, bro.
All right.
Shut the hell up. That's all I'm saying. And secondly, Andy Ruiz fight, Andy Ruiz and Think fight. How can that be on a pay-per-view? Who the fuck is going to pay $80 for that?
Hey, man, that's the PBC way. The PBC.
Shit. And look what we getting in the zone, coach. Look at the DAZN, I think, Abu Dhabi card.
Yeah. I see
one
the
of the
zone. I think
hardest cards.
Lil Smith is
Bro,
fighting.
that card.
Lil Smith is fighting.
Yeah, Lil Smith is fighting as well. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
And and the zone has
I'm
one for
talking about the DAZN card.
Yeah, I'm looking at the DAZN
we
card.
We get the DAZN card for speed. Yeah, boy, it's bad boy card. So you have to rate the zone. Fuck the PBC and fuck Tyson Fury. Fuck Frank Warren. That's all I have to say, coach. I'm very pissed off.
All right, shout out to Swab.
Good night.
Shout out to Swab. Yeah, so this what they like to see. They like to see A side, B side talk. They like to see how much money they fighter got. All this stuff there. Okay, well, shit. All right, let's go over here. Since what they like to do. Let's see. Let's look up another one. Let's look at the professional part. This is what they like to talk about. This is what they like to talk about, right? This is what they like to talk about. My fighter making this. My fighter making that. This my fighter doing. My fighter the A side. He doing record-breaking numbers and all this stuff there and yada 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 yada. This is what my fighter doing and he making way more money than your fighter. This is what they been doing. This is what these guys do all day, every day. All day, every day. All day, every day. And hold on, let's pull up one more. This is what they like to do all day, every day, right? This is what they like to do all day, every day. Yeah, 70-30, 80-20. I'm like, okay, this they like to do. This is what we going at, right? Then with this A side, B side shit. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I'm finna break some hearts right here. I'm fixing to break some hearts right here. Saul Canelo Alvarez has a net worth of $180 million. Saul Canelo Alvarez has a net worth of $180 million. Somebody please tell me what you're talking about when you're saying your fighter is the cash cow and he making all of this money. And my fighter's the biggest draw. Somebody tell me what you're talking about. Since they like to talk about money. I try to keep it boxing. But since Tank don't want to be on the Twitter and stuff, want to talk about money, how much ice I got, how much jewelry I got, how much money. Okay, well, tell me this here. This guy got a net worth of $180 million. Shouldn't neither one of y'all be talking about no goddamn money. Ain't none of you niggas got no money. In comparison to this dude, the boy from Mexico. Let's continue. This guy got a net worth of $4 million. $4 million, $180 million. $4 million, $180 million. $4 million, $180 million. There's no comparison. True. Now let's move on over here. This another guy, his fan base, they like to talk about money. They like to say, yeah, man, my fighter, he making millions of dollars on the back end. And they got money in the Cayman Islands and, when they got big mansions and Lambos with suicide doors and we doing this and that and yada, 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 yada. This is what they be talking about, right? This is what they be talking about. Well, Mr. Errol Spence Jr. got a net worth of $7 million, which is a lot of money. Tell Crawford to sign the contract. I don't like Crawford because Crawford do bad business. He do bad business. Well, if he do bad business, how come Errol Spence got a net worth of $7 million and Crawford got a net worth of $8 million? Make this make sense. True. This where we at, right? Y'all like to talk about money. Y'all want to talk about boxing. This where we at? 70-30, 80-20, 60-40. Come on, man. Now compare these fighters. Compare Crawford, net worth of $8 million. Errol Spence, net worth of $7 million. Tank Davis, net worth of $4 million. And now Saul Canelo Alvarez, net worth of $180 million. And this guy got that. This guy, the $180 million man, and this might not even be factoring the money that he's made so far this year. They haven't even factored the money he's made so far this year. He might have a net worth over $200 million once you add all that up, right? So how come this guy is fighting more than all of the other guys y'all are talking about? It doesn't make sense. This is why I try to stick to boxing. This is why I stick to my criteria. What is the level of competition? How many top 10 fighters did he fight? Did he clean out of the division? Is he dominant in his division? How many career-defining fights have he had? I like to talk about this. Y'all like to talk about the wrong side of the street. 60-40, 80-30, 70-20. Sign the contract. Sign the contract. Stop ducking. Big fish. Y'all like to talk about big fish. Who is the real big fish? With the real big fish, please stand up. How are you a big fish when he got a net worth of $180 million and you got a net worth of $7 million? Please make that make sense to me. And how are you the big fish of the welterweight division when this guy got a net worth who y'all say ain't nobody? They call him dud. They call him a bum. He ain't fought nobody. But this guy, and he was supposed to be with racist Bob Arum. Bob Arum was racist. He had a slave contract. Top Rank Toby. Guess what? Top Rank Toby got a net worth of $8 million and the big fish got a net worth of $7 million. This guy is broke. Errol Spence is broke in comparison to Canelo Alvarez. Terrence Crawford is broke in comparison to Canelo Alvarez. And Gervonta Tank Davis is broke in comparison to Canelo Alvarez. This guy right here sitting there flexing on you niggas, man.
True.
So I don't want to hear no more black fighters and their fan bases talk about money. Don't tell me about what your fighter is selling. Don't tell me how many pay-per-views he got. Don't tell me about none of that. Because that ain't got nothing to do with him fighting the top fighters anyways. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Crawford. I don't care if it's Spence. I don't care if it's Haney. I don't care if it's Tank Davis. I don't care if it's Jamel Charlo. I don't care if it's Jamal Charlo. I don't give a damn who it is. Brother, man, look here, man. Ain't none of you niggas no big fish. Y'all are big on the chitlin circuit. There's chitlin circuit, and then there's Canelo. There's chitlin circuit, and then there's the other top earners. Call it the way I see it. So don't come over here talking to me about money. Come over here talking to me about boxing. Come over here talking to me about parrying the jab, trap counters, you know what I mean? Slipping counter, catch and shoot, you know what I mean? How to properly throw the backhand, how to block with the backhand, how to parry with the backhand, right? Talk to me about that. Talk to me about, damn, how many top 10 fighters he fought. If you ain't talking to me about that, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Jugs, I miss your super chat. Guess what? I'm going to miss some more, too. I'm going to miss some more. Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jugs, salute to you, fam. He say $180 million. He say, Coach, give me that AB treat.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut that that's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the, man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Shout out to Knockdown 3 and 5. He said they talking about crumbs. They talking about crumbs on the table. Crumbs on the table. Crumbs on the table. I like to talk about boxing. They like to talk about money. This ain't what to talk about, right? They talk about money. Then he said Canelo bought a rare Ferrari that costs more than their net worth. Lady Shane laughing. Lady Shane, what you laughing at? Swab talking about the DAZN card. Yeah, the DAZN card. The zone card. When did those I gotta see when that fight start. Let's look and see when the fight start. The zone card, right? They did, and this is why on the commandments, we always say you should never talk boxing without facts. I think that's commandment number 8 or 9. I should not talk boxing without facts. A lot of these dudes talk boxing, but they don't talk no goddamn facts. They talk about everything but fighting. They talk about everything but fighting. VQ Chris, he said, never mind, coach. I don't want to talk about money no more. No, they don't want to talk. Yeah, they don't want to talk about money no more. And I was trying to get away from this. Shout out to my brother Blood. He said, I see it in the same way as you, coach. That's the way I see it, all Blood. That's the way I see it. Hey, PBC Central, stop hating on the PBC. How do I interpret that as hating on PBC? I show facts, they say it's hate. I show facts, they say it's hate. So, you know, these guys ain't doing what you think they doing, dog. It sound good. It sound good, but there's levels to it. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. What I do like about Deontay Wilder don't be talking about how much money he got. Because Wilder got more money than all them dudes over there. He don't be talking about that. He don't talk about that. Says right here, Wilder got a net worth of $30 million. I don't know if it's factoring in. I don't know if it's factoring in what he made last year. I don't know. It said Deontay's notable paydays include $2 million for Luis King Kong Ortiz fight, $10 million for the Tyson Fury fight, $10 million for the Dominique Brazil fight, and $20 million for the Luis Ortiz rematch. That's a lot of money. That's when Showtime dropped them because they lost on that. And $28 million for the Tyson Fury fight. Deontay's career earnings is $70 million. He has a career earnings of $70 million. Net worth $30 million. Because, you know, it ain't what you make, is what you keep. What your gross and what your net is two different things. I hope everybody knows that. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about money. So I don't want to hear no more about no goddamn money. I don't want to hear about no cash cows. Ain't none of these niggas no cash cows. All these niggas is good. These niggas is popping on the chitlin circuit. That's about it. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Ricky Ricardo, San Antonio. What's up, Coach?
Ricky Ricardo, talk to me.
I just want to touch on the topic. The question is Ortiz and Ruiz pay-per-view. Well, let's look at some of the facts here, right? So, Akhenaten Ortiz, you have to understand, he used to do pad work back in the day with Pharaoh Amenhotep and Pharaoh Akhenaten. This guy's has centuries of history, and I think people are forgetting that. So we're looking at a legend, right? And then the fact with Ruiz, the destroyer, right? You know why they call him destroyer? Because he destroys taco trucks. So we got to appreciate this. So I think it is a pay-per-view fight. You know, I'm trying to stick up. I'm trying to rationalize me coming out of $80.
Yeah,
you know, you got Isaac Cruz. He's gonna fight Ramirez. So they're setting up that part 2 with Tank Davis. So I'm gonna say yes, worth $80 with all the facts taken into consideration. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just being silly, Coach.
Yeah, man, for sure, man, for sure. Hey,
and then the whole back and forth shit on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account. I just see like some of the shit you show and some of the things that I see on YouTube and some of the other channels. People talking about it. Why is it even a network executive of a network? Why is he even involved in this shit, like on that level? You know what I'm saying? That's between the fighters and the promoters and the managers that work that shit out. Who gives a fuck who fights on what network? Money, all this is bullshit, man. So to me, I don't know why he's even involved in it. Ellie Sexback, he was saying some shit like he just got lit up on Twitter. So I did like that. I like when there's feedback like that for people to actually speak the truth on that. So yeah, man, those two guys are weasels, man. It's probably his uncle. I don't know.
Ellie Setback is always he specializes in sucking off anything PBC. He gets on his knees and he sucks off for interviews. That's what he does. So it is what it is.
Yeah, years ago, that guy was he just does shit to get access. He like you said, he sucks off to get access. Tickles the balls a little bit here and there.
He let him hit him from the. I heard a lot of stuff. So sources say he let him hit him from the back. Every now and then for an interview to get access. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff I hear that he does, but you know, it is what it is. This is what all those guys will say, I want to talk bad about. You want to talk bad about the black fighter. Okay, I'm talking about Ellie Setback. Talk about Ellie Setback. I don't know, you know, what it's going to be. But anyways, shout out to Ricky Ricardo, though, man. Thank you for calling in, my brother.
All right, so you're going to do a calling? Are you going to do a kill the fight?
No, I'm not covering that. I'm not covering. Talking about Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not covering that. Yeah, I ain't paying for that shit. UFC tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing that. Comes in at 2:00, right?
Coach.
That come on at 2:00. The UFC come on at night, right?
It depends where they're fighting. If they're fighting overseas, then it's going to be an early one.
All right, we'll see. Well, all right. Salute to you. Salute to Ricky Ricardo.
All right, Coach. Have a good one, man.
Shout out to Jubs. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Judge, what to say, family? Say, damn, that's a good one. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Yeah, absolutely. What you keep is what you're going to be able to spin and use and stuff like that. You know?
Down from the bar, There's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, they like the bad girl TKO. She said people be hating on Ellie. Damn. Yeah, people use his videos to get info. Yeah, I am an Ellie Setback hater. I don't give two fucks about Ellie Setback, bad girl TKO. If you love Ellie, more power to you. I don't give a damn about it myself. It is what it is. And if you don't like the fact that I don't like Ellie Setback, I don't know what to tell you, sis. I don't like him. I don't think he's a guy of integrity when it comes to getting interviews and stuff like that. I don't like him, and I don't give a fuck about him. I'm just being honest with you. So I say what I had to say, and that is what it is. You can tell him if you know him. You can tell him I said that. I don't give a damn. Get two fucks, to be honest with you. Let's see. Juan Lopez, what to say? You say, Coach, I'm in the car wash. He say, I'm the cash cow in my house. If I don't bring anything, my family don't eat no meal. Yeah, for real though. For real. Con Shonery, you say the money aspect is also used as a scapegoat for fighters for not taking part in competitive fights. And this is why I don't like to talk the money talk. This is why I don't like to talk the money talk. The reason why I don't like to talk the money talk is for that reason right there. When people go to talk about money, they use that as a reason for why they should not fight the top guys. You hit the nail right on the head, fam. Let's give this brother a round of applause. Yeah, like, bro, like all that. How many Instagram followers you got? How many Twitter followers you got? I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a damn about that. How many, you know?
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
This all I'm hearing. I'm saying, this dude fighting tomato can out of tomato can out of tomato can. Whoever the fighter may be. I don't give a damn if it's a Hispanic fighter and you Hispanic, and I don't like when you criticize Hispanic fighters. I don't give a damn what you like. I'm gonna call it the way I see it. When you criticize the black fighters, I don't give a damn. I have a criteria. Your criteria is dick riding. Your criteria is dick riding. Your criteria is if he Hispanic, I'm gonna ride with him. If he black, I'm gonna ride with him. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't got no problem with none of that. But when it come down to the crest of it, when it come down to the skills and the top guys fighting each other, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't tell me you love boxing and you dick ride. Shit, I don't give, this ain't the dick ride channel, dog. I just ain't the dick ride channel. You know what I mean? I don't have quite a few people don't unsubscribe. My subscriber count don't went down a little bit, and I ain't got a problem with that. I run their ass off the block and I rebuild it. I went through this with the Tyson Fury fans last year. I went through this with the Wilder fans last year. I went through this with who else? The Teofimo Lopez fans. I went through all that there, and guess what? When they leave, I always replace them 20,000, 20-fold, 20-fold. Don't make me no never mind. I'd rather run their ass off the block because I don't need you over here, to be honest with you. I don't need you over here. No, I'm not an Ellie Setback. I ain't gonna dick ride for no interviews, and I'm not gonna dick ride for no subscribers. Fuck you. You wanna leave? I'll holler. We don't do that over here. Criticism has no boundaries. No, it don't. No, it don't. Has no boundaries. Anybody can get it. I'm the can man over here. He said we don't do that over here. No right. Nah, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Dominicans can get it. Puerto Ricans can get it. Mexicans can get it. African Americans can get it. You know what I mean? Anybody can get it. Don't matter to me. Don't matter to me. Who you fighting, what your resume look like, and how many top guys you fought. If you ain't talking about that, I don't want to hear it. I'm not here to coddle grown men and women's feelings. Not here to coddle their feelings. That's not my job. Halim, he said when Ellie was in the UK, he went to get an interview with Fury. Fury swore and threw. Yeah, I remember that Fury kicked him out. Shout out to Healthy Builder. He said, Coach, we did it first. Yes, sir.
We did it first. We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is what it is. I gotta call it the way I see it. I gotta call it the way I see it. Call it the way I see it. We don't dick ride for reporters. We don't dick ride for fighters, and we don't dick ride for subscribers. If you mad, you can leave. I will replace you. He said, Coach, all these young fighters are wasting time arguing online and not fighting. And they're in their prime now. Yeah, it is what it is. 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 You see what I'm saying? I have an old school mentality, and it is what it is. I'm not on the new booty stuff. I don't care nothing about how much money your fighter got. When I look up his celebrity net worth, he ain't got what you saying he got. And the guy that got it, he ain't doing none of that. And he fighting more than your fighter. The guy that got it, he fighting more than your fighter. That's what I see. I don't see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't see. It's amazing. As I said before, they praise the guys who doing the least, and they tear down the guys who's doing the most. They praise the guys that's doing the least, and they tear down the guys that's doing the most. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. So they're gonna have to. They're gonna, next year they're gonna come out. Next year they're gonna come out with a. They're gonna come out with an updated version of this. All these guys who like to talk about money. You like money talk. They like to talk about money. Joshua has a net worth of $80 million. Canelo has a net worth of Canelo has a net worth, since they like to talk about money. Canelo has a net worth. As a matter of fact, let's move Joshua over here. Eddie Hearn, Crawford, Spence. What the hell? Canelo has a net worth of 80, and Deontay Wilder has a net worth of $30 million. So what you notice is you don't hear Wilder talking about A side, B side. His fans do, though. His fans do, but the Wilder don't talk about that. You don't hear Anthony Joshua talk about A side, B side. You don't hear Saul Canelo Alvarez talk about A side, B side. These three guys right here, they ain't talking about that. The fan base that do all this money talk, talking about they fighter making all these millions of dollars. They fighter got a net worth of $6 million. They fighter got a net worth of $4 million. They fighter got a net worth of $7 million, and they fighter got a net worth of $8 million. What the hell are you talking about? What you talking about again? Chitlin circuit success, real success. Chitlin circuit success, real success. It's levels to it.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Don't talk to me about money no more. Shout out to Jugs for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
And the net worth that they're showing on here is it's not factoring the money that they made this year so far or going to make this year. They haven't factored that in yet. They add all that up at the end of the year. Jugs, what you say, fam? Jugs say, and anybody can get it. He say, the gift that keeps on giving for me. Hit it.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to
that
win.
soft. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got to. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
They like talking about money, so I'm done with the money talk. I'm done with the money talk. I'm done with the money talk. I hope I bodied that. I hope that's over with. I hope that's over with. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about that no more. I don't want to talk about that no more.
Like move up in weight class, go up to 168, challenge this man for all the marbles.
The Mexican monster, yeah.
The Mexican. You keep throwing that up every time
I remember the guy was everybody scared of that guy. You talking a lot of shit. That's all I want you to say stuff.
Lambos with suicide doors. A lot of that stuff be on credit anyways. You don't see when the repo man come and repossess the shit. But that's neither here.
Man, who this little young whippersnapper running all up into my combo? Look at you. You're all wet behind your ears. Breath smelling like Similac. Man, you better go on home before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, hey, what's up, Coach? This cool boy on the chat from Florida.
Cool boy, talk to me.
What's up? Hey, Coach, man, I agree with you talking about, man. We were talking about the little money thing. Like, at the end of the day, they weren't about how much money they fighters make, but they ain't trying to get in the ring. And, I like Tank, but when he said that, I'm just like, bro, you ain't trying to take no risk, bro. I mean, I know it's good. He's selling arena, he's doing pay-per-view. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, with his career over, like, people gonna look at him like who he fought. I don't want to be known as, like, he sell arenas and shit like that. They want to know who he fought at the end of the day once he retired and stuff like that. So I feel like as a boxing fan, we need to see the big fights, But I feel like, in my opinion, though, like maybe next year, I feel like they're gonna make it happen. I feel like the pressure gonna be on him eventually because it's gonna catch up to him eventually. So I just feel like he's gonna have to get the big fight. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Hey, Derek, Cool Bar from Florida. Thanks for calling in, man. Salute. Shout out to Ali Maddox. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach just arrived. See you clowning Ellie Flatback.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Jug, shout out to Jug. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jug say, no, Coach, you didn't body bag that. He said you nailed the coffin shut.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to
that
win.
soft. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got to. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Yes, sir, man. It is what it is.
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions? Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, you know, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, you know, again, because when you have, you know, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on. When a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Interesting.
Yeah, so you know, again, I'm picking Andy Ruiz to stop Luis Ortiz. I'm picking Andy Ruiz. That's my final prediction. I got Liam Smith winning tomorrow night. I have Isak Cruz winning by knockout, flatline. And I gotta see. Let's look and see. Let's look and see what other fights we have, guys. Let's look and see what other fights we have. Hold on. I just want to be sure. This is this fight schedule. All right, let's go over here. Let's look at it. We have. All right, this is the fight schedule right here. I don't know who all the fighters are on the Wilder Fury. I'm not talking about Wilder Fury. Ortiz and Ortiz and Ruiz match. Lil Smith is fighting tomorrow. The guy he's fighting named Hassan is from Tanzania. He's from Africa, right? The continent of Africa. Juan Francisco Estrada versus RG Cortez. This is the zone card. It's in Mexico. This is what Suad was talking about. Then September 4th, Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz. And then they have an undercard, right? And then we have a fight on Thursday. Yaka Stavalle versus I don't know how to pronounce this guy. I guess this is Tai 2. I don't know how to pronounce this game. We're just gonna say Tai. In Eugen, we just say Eugen, right? They're fighting on the zone. So damn, the zone got a hell. And this is for the minimum weight titles. You know, I might go fly. I might do a fight party for this. Like, I might do a fight party for this. Cause I never covered a minimum weight fight before. I might just do it just on the strength. And then we got Joseph Adorno. That's next week. Okay, so let's go over here and look at the networks. Showtime. There's a fight on September the 9th. That's on Showtime. Sky Sports. Sky Sports has the Liam Smith fight. And then they got the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall fight next week. Boy, I am so happy about that fight right there, boy. That fight coming at the right goddamn time. All right, let's go over here. Fox Sports. What Fox Sports got? Andy Ruiz, they fighting Sunday. And then Wilder and them fight in October. So we're just looking at September, right? ESPN, Clarissa Shields and Marshall. They got Mark Mudal versus Carlos Takam. Shakur Stevens versus Rob Kosekow. ESPN got a heavy schedule. Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker. All that September. ESPN got a hell of a schedule. Let's go to the zone. The zone got September 3rd. They got Estrada. They got Yoko Savalle versus the other guy. I can't pronounce his name. September the 17th. That's my brother's birthday if he was still alive. They got Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. I'm hearing that this fight is not doing well. It's not selling well at all, guys. Not going to lie to you. I'm hearing that this fight, the tickets ain't selling worth nothing because the prices are too high. So I'm hearing it's not doing well. Steve Kim put that out there as well too. Lee Wood versus Mauricio Lara. That fight is September. Damn, the zone got a packed fight card. And ESPN got a fight card, so the fight card, okay. Then BT Sports, they have Joseph Parker fighting September the 24th, and Denzel Bentley versus Marcus Morrison fighting September the 16th. All right. So all right. Rob, what to say, fam? It's too expensive, coach. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. What you say? You say it's pronounced win. Yeah. I'm glad you told me. I never would have guessed it, dog. I never would have guessed it. Ruiz, what you say? All that said Ruiz is too fast for Ortiz. Ruiz got some fast hands. Yeah, I'm anxious to see will Ortiz be able to just keep that distance in range. If he's able to keep that distance in range and slow the pace down, maybe he can use that to his advantage. All that say, am I going live for tomorrow's fight? I don't know yet. All that. I know I'm gonna start covering MMA as well because I want to get the MMA fan base over here, and I want to get I'm gonna start covering like the YouTube boxing. The YouTube boxing is huge. I want to get that fan base over here as well. The boxing fans is you get what I'm saying, but I want to do more than one thing. So my channel is not gonna be limited to just boxing anymore. I'm gonna be covering the other fighters. I don't know all that because this weekend is very, very hectic for me. This is a very, very hectic weekend. This is a very hectic weekend for me. So, and what you say? You say if Nate Diaz upsets Chimney, what time is that fight? I'm gonna look that up. What time is that fight? Because I'm thinking about covering the MMA and boxing tomorrow. So we read everybody, what did they do? Everybody voted in the poll. 50% say that they got Ruiz winning by knockout, and I think another 27% or 30%, 30 no. 30, I think 25% or something like that got Ruiz winning by decision. You say Maya Bumgarner, are they fighting? When are they fighting? I'm gonna look up and figure out, see when everybody fight. I'm gonna look and see when everybody fight. He say, Coach, cover Nate Diaz. Yeah, I love Nate Diaz. Yeah, I'm gonna cover that. I need to figure out what time it is. Oh, that's September the 10th. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm covering that because I'm covering the MMA now. I gotta cover MMA. The US, the boxing scene, it's too much. I'm covering boxing still. I'm not stopping covering boxing. But I gotta get the crossover. I gotta get the crossover fans over here. When they, I gotta get the crossover fans over here. He say, do your thing, Coach. Yes, sir. I have to. I have to get the crossover fans over here. You say Wilder Helenius is going to be garbage fight. Yeah, I believe so. I think Robert Helenius is friends with Deontay Wilder. That's his sparring partner. Robert Helenius don't have no defense. He barely got by. He beat Kalnaki twice. He don't know how to slip and counter. He don't know how to parry the jab, the front hand or the back hand, the open hand or the back hand. Bro, defensively, he's terrible. His style is tailor-made for Wilder. He gonna get hit with a two-piece right down the pipe. That's what I see. That fight gonna last about 4 rounds, if that. Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, Jugs, what to say, fam? Jugs say, he say, Coach, are you doing MMA? Doing boxing talk? Yeah. I'm gonna cover both. I did it before. We did a fight party one time. I had on the MMA card and I had on the boxing card. So that's what I'm gonna do. I need them MMA fans over here.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to
that
win.
soft. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Got 1,000 people here, so I can't give shout outs to everybody. But what I'm gonna do, I always give a shout out to the members. So if you're a member, the members always get priority with the shout outs. Shout out to Rob Boy Fresh. Shout out to Dantes. Shout out to Chicorelli. Shout out to Damian Bennett. Shout out to Lil Green Eyes Pete. Shout out to Charlo. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Retro Boston and Documentary. Salute the Blood. Shout out to Fred Barbershop Conversations for stopping by as well. Shout out to Misfit. Shout out to Fissiana Fights. Shout out to School of X-Men. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to Philly Fly. Shout out to Agent Big 30. Shout out to A Sneed. And shout out to Ernie Shavers, man. R.I.P. to Ernie Shavers, man. Let's give Ernie Shavers a round of applause. Always get 11s, always get the legends and the OGs a round of applause. If your fight ain't moving like that, don't tell me about your fight.
You wish you could work it the way I do, but you can't. You're begging me not to leave you, and I refuse to let you go.
Arlette, shout out to Arlette. Shout out to Lisa Bales. Smith and West. Punch Perfect Boxing. Here to there. True Gooder 402. Shout out to Hair Hero Elite. Shout out to Jay Rodriguez. Shout out to Follow Bond. Shout out to Philo 58. Shout out to Big Will. Shout out to Miguel. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Shout out to Kathy W. Shout out to Dean West. Shout out to J-Doc. Shout out to Bless 365. Shout out to AB Sounds. Shout out to Bush the Can Man Cassidy. Shout out to MFB. Shout out to Bernard Burton. Shout out to Bishop Don Magic Wand. Shout out to Big Hulk from Maryland. Shout out to Manny Dosiento y Nueve. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Shout out to Arnold Marquetti. Shout out to Deborah Booker. Shout out to Doug Rightside. Shout out to Lady Shan Dunham season. They're done. Shout out to Drummond for Life. Shout out to Javon Soto. Shout out to Candy Slim. Shout out to Just a Fan. Shout out to Boxing Nerd 101. Shout out to Manny G. Shout out to Old Dirty Boxing. It's so dirty. Shout out to Frank the Tank with the Big Bank. Shout out to Ricky Ricardo from San Antonio. Shout out to Flex BX. Shout out to Al Money, always getting money. Shout out to LaShawn. Shout out to Frank Forbes. Shout out to Get Test Up Boxing. Shout out to MFB. Shout out to BWON. Shout out to BWG. Shout out to Swift 718. Shout out to Stephen Bateman. Yeah, we got a lot of members. Shout out to BG of the Hot Boys. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to John Doe. What up, Doe? Shout out to Sabrina Lee. Shout out to S. Kamani. Shout out to Eric Grimey. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to El Lobo. Shout out to Boss Dog. Shout out to Real Talk. And shout out to the Mad Titan. Shout out to who all the callers. Shout out to Troy Graham from B-More, Jared from B-More. Shout out to Adrian from Dallas. Shout out to Sawab from London, Ricky Ricardo, and Cool Boy from Florida. Once again, this song is our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Let me see, did I miss any super chats or anything? It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out once again. Got a super chat right here. Shout out to Jugs. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Oh, you want to see the video with the kids, the African kids dancing? Yeah, we'll go out like this today.
One leg like this. Now with African dance, you have to go down to shoulder up, hey, and just special expression. One leg.
Yes, sir, man. I think we're gonna cover the fights tomorrow. We'll find out. We're gonna cover the fights tomorrow. But other than that, man, it's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Nobody Today USA Boxing. Try to get all the content creators on here that I can and get on the show. I don't expect anybody from the LDBC to come over here. You know, they got a whole line. I get that. But I'm gonna try to get what I can get, okay? Other than that, that's it. It's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Nobody Today USA Boxing. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.